Now I drive on them. So should you. Call 136282 for your nearest outlet.
Speed Week, brought to you by Chevron, Australian Muscle Car Masters and GT Radials.
Callahan ran a personal best at 640. Turns the wheel in. There's a touch, he's gone! So much one wide. G'day folks and welcome to the show. Coming up on today's program, we take in all the action from round 2 of the AMRS. 2 years after the advent of the series, this mixed bag of motorsport is delivering on its promise of variety and competitiveness. In the program today, we take in some old favourites in the shape of the Touring Car Challenge, the Formula 4000s and the Kingswoods, along with some of the new categories on offer. Thundersports, Production Tourers and the E30 BMWs. So if it's action you're looking for, look no further than Wakefield Park for round 2 of the Australian Motor Racing Series. The CityLink Touring Car Challenge started with a bang in round 1. The experience of seasoned drivers Terry Wyhoon, Gary Wilmington and Luke Searle was there for all to see at Calder Park. But it was the explosion of talent in the form of big improvers Dean Neville, David Krause and newcomer Bruce Oakland that have set the tone for what is sure to be a tough and tight second round at Wakefield Park. With every driver keen to get a head start on the title early in the season, round 2 is sure to deliver on the close racing and hard charging the Touring Car Challenge is famous for. British driver Andy Dickens is a newcomer to these shores and to the AMRS. We caught up with him earlier to find out what he thinks about the Australian motor racing scene.
Kind of a baptism of fire, really. First time ever in Australia, first time in a touring car, first time in a front-wheel drive car, so 3 firsts, and first time at Wakefield. I've been driving British Monoposto Championship in a Formula 3 car, and I've done some Formula Renault, Formula Vauxhall Lotus, and some stuff in Europe, historics, and a couple of modern rallies.
So how does Andy find the racing in the Touring Car Challenge?
It's a lot more challenging than I expected, and I'm finding conversion from a single-seater to a front-wheel drive touring car quite difficult, especially as this is not the easiest track to learn. It's quite bumpy and lots of off-camber corners and things.
So what are Andy's ambitions for this year?
I'd like to do a few more of this series, depending on work, and I'd like to do some single-seater stuff.
With early championship points on offer, we caught up with 3 serious contenders for the championship and asked them about their hopes for the round.
Yeah, we had a good run again, Daniel, yesterday in qualifying. Although most of my time this weekend's been taken up with the other 2 cars, Peter's and Dean's, but I think we're on top of all that now.
We struggled to get heat in the tyres the whole session because it's so cold down here, and we really haven't got the optimum setup for the car yet. But hopefully in the race, the tyre temperatures will come up, and we should have a good race.
Yeah, we're pretty happy with third. We haven't really done much testing at Wakefield before, so we're sort of working on car setups and things like that. Would have been good to get on the front row with Terry and give him a bit of a run, but that's what the first race is about. So it should be interesting. It's going to be a cold weekend, and trying to make the car work well in these temperatures should be difficult.
Series sponsor and surprise packet entrant Bruce Oaklands has emerged as a possible title contender in 06. Daniel Gibson tracked him down and asked him to rate his chances.
Oh, look, we're having a go, but Mr. Wyhoon's pretty fast, so we've just got to try and catch him with the old Ford. Having heaps of fun, all the boys are having fun, and it's a great bunch of people. AMRS is really good.
Round 2, race 1 of the Touring Car Championship saw Victorian Terry Wyhoon take pole position ahead of Luke Searle and David Krause. The 3 drivers quickly pulled out ahead of the rest of the field. Lap 1, however, was as far as Peter Vickery got, as a blown engine forced him to retire and for the safety car to be called out. New South Welshman David Krause made the most of the pack being bunched up, moving into second position ahead of Luke Searle. However, Krause's VS Commodore was no match for Waihoon. Who held on for the victory, leading from start to finish. Waihoon taking the win from Krause, Searle, Burke, back then to Oakland's Bryce Peter Budge, Telfer and Loggery rounding out the 8.
Yeah, reasonable start, and I think the others were having a bit of a fight there, David and Luke, which enabled me just to creep away a little bit, and well, until the safety car.
I mean, we were sort of helped with the safety car alteration then. The poor Searle's BMW got sort of handicapped in the straight line, so we got past him. Otherwise, it would have been a very difficult race to get past the Searle BMW. But yeah, gave Terry a run for his money there on the last lap, and we almost got him. Must have been a few thousandths of a second in it. So looking forward to a very close encounter through the whole weekend over the next 2 races.
It was a decent race. We started well, but got a good start off the line, which was surprising. Just the restart kind of slowed us up a bit. Then tyres went cold. Krause behind me got a good restart, and yeah, drove straight past me.
Round 2, race 2 of the Touring Car Championship saw a handicap grid put into place. This proved no problem at all for New South Welshman David Krause, who continued his fine form from race 1, slowly manoeuvring his way through the field. Finishing in second place behind Katomi Australia entrant Dean Neville. Neville getting the win from Krause ahead of Burke, Waihoon, Bryce Peter Budge in 5th, Searle, Prince and Loggery again rounding out the 8.
The car's actually going better than ever has, I think. I don't know if there's too much to the driver. I've only got to point in the right direction. It seems to be going well. Thanks to the guys at Image Racing, they seem to set it up.
Very exhilarating race, that one. We didn't get the schedule till very late, and they're saying, oh, you plus the lap and you've got to start here. I'm like, oh, hang on a minute. So basically the idea was just go and go flat out as quick as we could go, and if we came across the line first, we would have. And the way the handicappers got it right, they certainly got it very close to myself and Dean Neville, who won, did a fantastic job. Just couldn't quite get him there on the line, but I think the other handicap, they'll work on it for the next one, and I think we won't have it all our own way in the next one.
Well, Richard, a third is a third is a third, and that was a third.
Certainly is. I'll take third place anytime.
Even though it was in the handicap race,
right.
It's been a while since I think we've seen a Volvo come third.
Yeah, it's certainly the case. So I get to start pretty regularly from pole in the handicaps, but that's the first time I've had a good place across the line.
After numerous technical difficulties in the past year, Bryce Peter Budge could be considered the unluckiest man in Aussie motorsport. Daniel Gibson spoke to him earlier.
When we first got the car, it didn't have an engine, and we thought, oh, no problem. We'll put the engine in. None of the electrics work, so we go, okay, we can sort of bypass that. We've got it going. And first meeting at Eastern Creek, a couple of years ago actually, we come out and the engine blew first coming out of the pit lane. So that was not a good start.
So what is it that keeps Bryce coming back for more?
It all comes down to loving motor racing and loving competing and competing in this class. Basically, it's a great class, and we have some great battles on track, and everyone sort of gets along off the track, which is that's what pretty much keeps me coming back. It's like it gets hold of you, and that's it. You can't shake it.
Third and final race of the day of the CityLink Australian Touring Car Challenge, and it sees Richard Prince and Luke Everson up the front with Andy Dickens, Phil Gronfeld, Peter Vickery, Richard Mork, Neil Byers is in there too, Shelton Loggery, Amin Charter, Bruce Oakland, Dean Neville, John Burke. What a great field. David Krause, Luke Searle, Bryce Peter Budge, big fields, and Terry Waihoon at the tail of the field in the Gulf Western Oils entry, car number 99. It's that 17-car grid for the third and final race of the weekend, and we are away and racing Joe Zingini. It's a time release situation. The Volvo away pretty smartly as well.
Certainly is a great little situation, the way they let these guys go after a certain amount of time. Car 60 leading the charge there, of course, the Everson Transport, Luke Everson in the EF Falcon. Being menaced, though, at the moment by car 23. A good job there from Philip Grobbenville.
Oh, someone off the line. I think it might be Mork. Very slowly it is. Richard Mork. He might have missed a gear or something. The car was an eternity leaving the line. Bryce Peter Bunch having a pretty good run, though. The V8girls.com, number 11 of Mork, away very slowly indeed. We see the 69 car about to leave the line as well. That's Dean Neville, the Katomi Australian Proprietary Limited entry.
Well, he's got a big drama there. That car's not even fired.
Away goes the rest of the field. You're right. It took an eternity to leave the line. The Meridian Motorsport entry, now he makes up for it by slamming through the box. But a busy boy indeed will be the number 69 of Dean Neville. We're right on board with him. Right up on the edge. Man, look at the handicapping distance. The lead cars coming onto the main straightaway as the last cars were just leaving.
Great system, actually. It works well because the lead cars do end up catching up with these blokes, and that's what makes the racing so exciting as we watch car 12 going around the turn now. That's the Mumbo Racing Andy Dickens.
And here come the big bangers down the main straightaway now. The number 9 car of Andrew Gillespie. The Volvo has gone bush big time.
Oh, Richard Prince out in the dirt.
Oh, jeez.
Bit of a lean on there, I'd say.
Loggery and the Pertec Ford goes into the kitty litter. Oh, look at the dust.
Boy, he gets the thing going, which is good. He didn't get a bog there, which is a good thing. If anyone knows this circuit, it'll be Shelton Loggery. He's been around it about a million times, even backwards, I dare say.
The 79 car closing in there as well. David Krause, always a live wire. Peter Vickery, one to watch as well on the Gulf Western Oils car. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's Waihoon. Doesn't the car sound great as it goes past that camera position? Here's Loggery. You should say he knows this part of the circuit as well now.
I think he knows it very well, and lucky with the earlier model Falcons too, they had the splitters on the front that used to dig in and pop the car down. Thankfully, it didn't happen that time.
Look at this little battle here now. Andrew Gillespie with Armin Charter, I think, right in behind. A bit of a lock-up there from Armin. He come back on the inside, the B&A Automotive car. Look at Charter.
AU versus the BA, they drag race. But Gillespie's got his measure at the moment on Armin Charter, so he still leads the charge.
Oh, good replay right here. This is where the problem turned out for the Volvo. Armin Charter, that was ambitious around the outside on the fishhook.
Boy, oh boy, that's one corner where you sort of don't really do that sort of thing, but it sort of worked.
Oh, you saw the flame belching out the side. When was the last time you saw a Volvo lick flame out like that?
I don't think I've seen it.
That's not me either. That's pretty impressive. So Gillespie and Charter having their own little battle within the battle here. There is the Ford Wreckers Gulf Western Oils entry.
A fairly sizable ding on the left front door there on Gillespie's machine. I don't know who that was from, but certainly a good one.
There is the CityLink number 8 car as well. The man who brought the sponsorship to the series, Bruce Oaklands. The CityLink Construction Group ready mix car. And you just see Searle just ahead of Prince. Now comes Neville. The nicely turned out Kit Home. Number 69, past the Volvo he runs. And up behind Oaklands. Should get the run up the inside here if Oaklands will concede the corner. I don't think he's got any choice coming into the right-hander.
No, Neville makes the move and it works for him. Oakland's relegated one back. Luke Searle, though, past those couple of gentlemen, just shot off into the distance.
Bryce Peter Budge starting to close in as well now. This is great racing. We've got good onboard pictures as well. The CityLink Construction Group Touring Car Challenge, race 3 for the weekend of their 2006 championship. And Oakland's chasing hard on the tail of Neville. There is Krause and there is Waihoon. And Bryce Peter Budge just in behind there as well.
Yeah, Waihoon's driving a clean race at the moment, just trying to keep the nose tidy. As we have a look there at Krause, the lovely presented earlier VR Commodore, silver and black. Nice machine that, always looks well and looks the part out there on the racetrack.
Mork just running hard there as well, but closing in is Neil Byers in the advanced refrigeration system, number 34 car. And just in the battle as well was the 77 of John Burke in the Burke Engineering Services car. So a myriad of different cars. You've got Super Tourers, you've got touring cars, and 2-litre touring cars as well. Look at this! Waihoon!
3 wide into turn 10 at Wakefield sort of doesn't work normally, but it sort of paid off that time for Terry Wyhoon as he went up the inside of Krause and Oaklands.
Whoa! Krause! There is no room up there, and he's going to push his way on the inside with Wyhoon. You've got to be kidding.
Unbelievable for them both to come out of that, still pointing in the same direction through turn.
Oh!
Wyhoon's not happy.
There was the payback. Look at this. What a masterful piece of driving by Wyhoon in the Gulf Western Oils car. That was big time, and it's getting a little personal between these two.
Oh, extremely personal. On board now with Wyhoon at the moment in the Falcon, and he's right behind Krause, so he'd really be fired up. Oh, late under brakes. I tell you, I thought they were going to come in contact then.
The 34 car of Neil Byers was nearly the meat in a very big sandwich just then. Can you see crosshairs? I thought I saw crosshairs then. I thought Krause might have been right in the middle of a gun scope just then.
Boy, oh boy.
That's amazing. The 30 car, meanwhile, starting to work his way forward. Luke Searle, the BMW 320i. Look out, Wyhoon again, up behind Krause. There's some feeling between these two.
Mork's machine is really going slow as well. He's pulled right off to the outside of the circuit there down the straight. Everyone gets around him nicely.
Gee, they sound great going past that camera position there.
Burke as well, just very tight on the brakes there as Neville drops a couple of wheels off in the dirt. So they're really just battling hard out there at the moment.
Krause is extremely keen to get cars between himself and Wyhoon. He's prepared to put anything he can between the two of them. You see Wyhoon at the back of Burke.
Whoa! He catches that one, Wyhoon. He went very hard over the ripple strip that time and unsettled the back of the car, and that's why he got sideways, because he doesn't want to lose that man in front of him. That's Krause.
It's a very quick car, the Gulf Western Oils V8 race car, hotlaps.com.au entry. Bryce Peter-Bunch starting to figure this one as well, the Peugeot. Great category. It's so busy out there. Now Searle with a lot of attention from Neville. Likewise, the number 12 car, the Mumbo entry of Andy Dickens in the Ford Mondeo. Here comes Wyhoon again.
He's on a charge. You've got the pedal down. We're on board with Luke Searle, and the SAE entered BMW. And Krause goes through. So does Neville. The big horsepower there of the V8 supercars up on the inside of the touring cars.
Oh, Wyhoon. Everybody off. It's like harvest time there at the moment. The rear tyres of Neville's Commodore off the circuit. Krause running like a man possessed at the moment. Neville in behind him. Someone off the circuit again.
That's Gillespie. Well, I tell you, these boys are pushing hard at the moment. It's a very tight circuit, Wakefield. Have a look at this. Neville off in the dirt. Wyhoon almost follows him exactly the same track there. And Neville gets back on. Thankfully, Wyhoon gathers up one place because of all that.
Now we're on board with Searle, the SAE College Newcastle Performance Centre car. Up the inside. Whoa, look at this. Loggery got eaten alive on the inside just then by Wyhoon.
And the little Beamer really using his brakes wisely onto the main straight.
On board now with the 69 car of Dean Neville. And this man is certainly charging hard. He's got Terry Wyhoon desperately trying to catch him with one to go.
Throws it into fifth gear and just bounces off the rev limiter as he comes through turn 1 into 2, chasing Luke Searle in the BMW. He's very close. He's got plenty of horsepower to drag him up the hill, and it does so. Car 69 through. Neville in the Kitone. Commodore drives a little bit too hard through there and has to gather it all up through turns 4.
You just see where the BMW can make it back on the Commodore. Got all squirmy under brakes here, giving it himself to the corner very deeply. Searle wanted to cut back across the bottom. You can see there where the Commodore got very loose. Hasn't this man been right in the thick of it? David Krause back to the main straightaway. It's been exciting.
He's been able to drive away from it though now, so he can try and focus on a clean race ahead of him if possible, if Terry Wyhoon doesn't bridge that gap.
Here comes Neville up into third over Armin Charter, back to Searle. Prince, I think, is a lap down. Checkered flag is out for David Krause. Second will be Wyhoon, back to Neville. Searle, Armin Charter, Loggery, Peter Bunch, and Burke. Ding, 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 ding. Round 4. Whew, that was amazing. Let's take a look at your points. Wyhoon leading now over Krause. Back to Dean Neville, John Burke, Peter Bunch, Searle, Oaklands, and Charter.
Very hard for it to win. You know, had Terry pressuring from behind all the way, and we had a little bit of contact, so that's racing. And he got past me down the straight, and we had a little rub. But no, it was really good. Spoke to Terry afterwards, he's fine. So yeah, no, we're looking forward to a good season. We're certainly going to give Terry a run for his money, and we need to get bit more speed out of the car to keep up with him. But as far as the handicapping goes, I thought that was pretty close.
Yeah, they changed the grid order, obviously, and we caught up to the slower cars a bit early, but Dave and I were having a great race, yeah. Good.
How was the weekend overall? I mean, the team's had its dramas, but personally, you've come out okay?
Yeah, no, it's good. We got the 99 car cranking pretty good for Gulf Western, and the other cars unfortunately took a little bit of getting going, and Pete's has had an engine fire, but all in all, yeah, I'm not sure where we finished on points, but yeah, another good weekend.
The BMW E30 Series is making its debut at AMRS this weekend at Wakefield Park. We caught up with Michael Stilwell to find out more.
It's a control formula, so there's very limited modifications we can make to the car. It's based around the 3 Series, the E30 model, which was built in the late 1980s, based on the 325i. So we run the standard 2.5 litre engine. You're allowed a set of extractors and an engine management chip to get a bit more power out of it. Standard clutch gearbox and rear end. Allowed to run a proper motorsport suspension package with a coilover and a control wheel and tyres. So effectively a pretty controlled formula, and you've seen from the racing today, it's very, very close racing. There's only 1 or 2 seconds covering the whole field.
So with so many categories to pick from in the AMRS, why the BMWs?
My son David turned 18, wanted to start racing. I've been racing Escorts and Formula Fords back in the 1970s. Saw it as a follow-on from my Escort days, so we bought him one to drive. My brother Nicholas drove it a hill climb. He was pretty excited about it, so he bought one. They dragged me up to the Winton 6 Hour. I drove and I got in it, and even brother Christopher's just sold his historic Mustang, and he's decided to join us as well. So as a family, we've actually got 4 cars running, but only 2 this weekend.
Race 2 of the BMW E30 Series saw Victorian Craig Munro take pole position ahead of Nathan Geyer. However, the Split Image Project entrant quickly raced into the lead. This set the pattern for the rest of the race as Munro and Geyer duelled for top spot. Further back, advanced engineering entrant Kylie Patton pushed too hard and veered off the racetrack. At the front, race leader Craig Munro held off a late surge from Geyer to claim victory in race 2. That saw Munro get the win over Geyer, Anderson, Levitz, Curtis, Stilwell, Showers and Jeff Bowles rounding out the 8. Race 3 of the BMW E30 Series saw a handicap grid put into place. A fiercely contested first few laps saw a number of cars spin off. Craig Munro continued his fine form from race 2, manoeuvring himself through the field to finish in 2nd place behind Northern BM entrant Julie Showers. And race 3 saw Showers take the win over Munro, Pierce, Price, Lebitz, Anderson, Kylie Patton and Nathan Geyer rounding out the 8. Race 4 of the BMW E30 Series saw Craig Munro back in pole position, and Munro and Geyer quickly re-established their rivalry from race 2. Further back in the mix are the number 86 of David Stilwell and the Northern BM entrant of Melinda Price were having their own duel. With Price eventually winning out. At the front, Victorian Munro once again had too much for Geyer and took his second victory of the day. Munro getting the nod over Geyer, Lubitz, Anderson, Curtis, Showers, Bowles and Pearce rounding out the 8. Northern BM entrant Melinda Price is one of the surprise packages of the weekend. We caught up with her earlier to find out how she got involved.
Oh, look, Michael Stilwell was kind enough to offer me a drive, and Phil from Northern BM said you can have a car, and it's been a long time since anyone offered me, so I jumped at the chance. We started off slowly, having been a few years since I've driven, but we've gotten better and better every race, and I certainly like the idea of the old reverse grid race when you haven't qualified that well. So I think we've finished the weekend off on a good note, and hopefully they'll invite me back for another round.
Not long now till we get on the grid with the Production Touring Car Challenge, but right now we'll take a quick break, come back on the other side of this.
There are some things you just wouldn't miss, like Tradesman Ute with over $3,300 worth of special extras for only $500. There's 16-inch alloys, cruise control, aluminium tray and Tradesman decal. Plus save an extra special $59.80 on Courier GL 4x2 diesel. Now only $14,990 excluding trade. But hurry into your Ford dealer, these special deals can't last.
Tomorrow night, following Toyota World Sport. Whatever you do, don't try this at home. Seeing is never believing until it's been put to the test by the myth-busting team. At 8:30, follow the quest for the perfect tune to send the Socceroos to Germany. You decide who wins on song for the Socceroos. At 9, she's your favourite salacious superhero.
I'll save you.
Ooh, nice katwinkers. It's Stripperella. Then at 10.
All right, sugar. Look a bit lost.
Get waylaid in Funland. A night of viewing pleasure. Tomorrow night on SBS.
7:30 Tuesday.
What's wrong with the Labor Party? Former Labor voters tell why they've deserted the ALP.
To be honest, there's not a lot of opposition.
And whether they can be tempted back.
Well, I think you've got to have somebody really, really strong, whether you go along with them or not.
Debate with Inside. 7:30 Tuesday on SBS.
What he did with the space, it really tended to kind of reflect, I guess, his own sense of needing to belong somewhere. Perhaps he felt like he didn't really belong anywhere else, so yeah, this was his pure personal haven, I guess. Yeah. I knew him through, I guess, just hearing about him. I paint as well, so people had told me about this person, this character. I don't know, I just really wanted to meet him. He was a strange guy, just really into his own work. I mean, the space itself is kind of beautiful in a way, in a chaotic kind of way. But I probably won't miss him because it isn't as if I was around him all the time or I really got to know him. Yeah, it's kind of left a question mark at the end of things, which I think is good.
From divine comedy to passionate thriller, the French film collection is out now on DVD. 6 of the finest French films in one superb package, guaranteed to warm the heart and stimulate the senses.
Ok, d'accord, tu prends mal.
The French Film Collection, available from Dimmick's major retailers, video stores, online or by phone order.
Even animals knows who is a male, who is a female. But my son, he doesn't know what is he.
Wednesday on Inside Australia, a proud and bitter old man refuses to acknowledge a gay son.
They expected you to lie for the rest of your life. Can any person really lie for the rest of their life? You know?
To me, dead people is like a dead people.
What's the matter, Dad?
A poignant picture of love and anger overcome.
I love him. He's my son.
Prodigal Son, 7:30 Wednesday on SBS.
A new category in 2006, the production touring cars are looking to cement themselves a spot in the heart of motorsport fans nationwide. This cost-effective young series already boasts talented drivers in the form of the Black Beamer combo of Peter Kelly and Luke Searle. And this round, the field has swelled with more drivers jumping on the bandwagon. With early points at stake in the inaugural year of Production Touring Car Championship, it's anyone's guess how the drama at round 2 will unfold.
Gary, not running this weekend, but so many other things going on, of course, with the managerial side with the Australian Motor Racing Series at Wakefield Park.
That's right, yeah. No, I decided to concentrate this weekend on just running the series and hoping that was all going to work rather than, running myself. The categories are all growing. We've had a heap of new licensed people come along, a whole lot of new people into the sport this weekend. It's great.
Now, one of the great categories I know that is near and dear to your heart is not just the touring cars, but like this little fella behind me here, is the production touring cars. And this is one of your young blokes here who races and works for you.
Yeah, it's young Tony that works for us here, and he's going really well. The car owes him under 12 grand, and it's good, cheap racing, and he's having a ball with it. We get people to come down here to the Speed Off the Streets days that just run their car and they've got all the gear and the big stereos and stuff in them, and all they need is a roll bar, and they can go racing. And it's just so much fun, better than doing it on the street.
What do you think for this year with the series? This is round 2, and it's really gone from strength to strength from round 1 at Calder Park. We're off to Winton next time. There's some signs here that it's grown.
Oh, yeah, it's growing. It's great. I'm happy. It's grown further and faster than I expected in the 2 events. It's fantastic.
One very busy man this weekend is Advanced Refrigeration Systems entrant Neil Byers. He's competing in 2 categories, Touring Car Challenge and Production Touring Car Challenge. We asked him earlier which one he prefers.
Definitely the 2-litre Super Touring cars. They're Formula Ones with doors, and they're great value.
So what is it then that's drawn Neil Byers back to production car racing?
I raced back in the 70s when I was a lot younger, and I should have got back into it earlier. I'd recommend it to any of these kids on the street that are terrorising around. Very cheap motor racing, particularly this production car race. Come out and do it legally on the track. Well, Pete, what are you going to do? We've put 2 BMWs on front row at Calder. We had a mix of results, and you're sitting second again.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Mine's not quite good enough there for Luke, but I think that's me still, and pretty confident that we can get there. It's, looking forward to the qualifying, and I think we'll do all right there. So I've got a last chance to get the jump on him there for the start, but that's going to be a crucial point to get the start here and try and keep ahead of him, because he's got that little bit more pace than me.
Yeah, the cars are going really well. There's a few setup issues with the suspension, as you can probably see on the camera, but a few issues with the shocks. But apart from that, it's just a bit hard to get heating the temperatures in the tyres. But apart from that, it's going really well.
Round 2, race 1 of the Production Touring Car Championship saw Luke Searle take pole position ahead of teammate Peter Kelly. The 2 BMW drivers quickly pulled out ahead of the rest of the field. Back back in the pack, hard-charging New South Welshman David Capraro and his Accent Air-sponsored Alfa Romeo was giving it his all, trying to peg back the Beamers and prevent another Searle Kelly Quinella. It was not enough, however, and Searle eased to a comfortable victory. The result seeing Searle over Capraro, Natalie Wilmington in third, back to Peter Kelly, Tony Salabar, Roland McIntosh, Roylett and Byers rounding out the 8.
Pete pushed really hard. Again, struggled to get heat in the tyres. Sent it a bit wide there on the second lap around, which I thought the tyres were up, but they weren't. But Pete had a real good run on me. But then the tyres came up and yeah, just drove away with it. Good.
Another 2. I want that first, I'll tell you that. No, I tried to get him on the start. I nearly got there, but kind of failed. But, I had another stab at him at the second lap there when he made a mistake. But then I missed third gear. I hit 5th instead and took another stab at it again and missed it and lost a lot of gap. But we'll get him in 2 and 3.
Oh, it was tough going out there. The car was all new and she was sliding around, especially the first couple of acts. I actually came off at one stage, so once I came off, I wasn't going to kill the car, just brought it home safe. I was really happy with the line. We got off the line really well, got a few places there, and yeah, from there on, I just chased the cars down. Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Roland, we've done well again. This Peugeot's flying.
It's still going well, Gibbo, yeah. Yeah, we're happy with it, mate. Yep.
And a Peugeot happy?
Well, we hope they are. We hope they've seen it. We know some of them seen some of the video from last week or last SBS video. And yeah, I think they're quite happy with it. The dealer's very happy. I've got part of the Peugeot fan club here today. Quite a few blokes in their Peugeots have turned up here to say well done and keep it up.
And it's race number 2 here at Wakefield Park Raceway, the 2006 Production Car Touring Car Championship. Roylett, Salabar, Byers, Wilmington, McIntosh, Kelly, Searle. We're talking reverse grid from qualifying times. Oh, Natalie Wilmington smokes them up big time off the line.
She loves it in the Mitsubishi Magna, that's for sure. And also have a look at the little Nissan there of Tony Salabar. That's a second-hand machine that's got 100,000 kilometres on the speedo. And pre-loved, of course, yes.
Purchased from a dealership in Goulburn, I believe.
And he's leading the charge.
100,000 Ks on the clock, and he's driving it very well indeed. Here comes Roylett in the Proton Sactria GTI. Now the Alfa Romeo, I can see your heart is beating feverishly, Joe Zingini.
Oh, it's always good when the Italians get involved, and that's a lovely vehicle there from David Capraro behind the wheel. The Accent Air.
They've done some work just to get it here. I believe they've converted it from the Bathurst commitments on the weekend. They've had to do all sorts of work. They missed qualifying as a result of it. But you see the BMW right in the middle of things there, the Kelby Development Centre, and also, of course, Mr. Searle backed by the SAE College once again. Great to see them continually supporting Luke Searle's racing in the BMW.
You're probably wondering, what's Luke Searle doing all the way back there? Well, it's a reverse grid race. That's why. So the slow guys at the front and the faster gentlemen around the back, and they're starting to make their way through now as car 32, the Accent Air. David Capraro in the Alfa motors his way down the straight. It's good to see the Italian flag flying high.
Here it comes, good little battle. BMW versus Alfa Romeo down the main straightaway, then back to the Nissan, back to Wilmington and the Mitsubishi Magna. Look at this, door to door into turn 2.
Great attitude from both cars there through turn number 2.
Alfa Romeo moves through the Accent Air Alfa. Great to see. Peugeot here as well, of course, also well represented. A lot of people here from the ACT, and of course Alan Mackay Motors in Bowral, the local Peugeot dealer. They're hoping to see a big result here this weekend. We take a look at Luke Searle, the SAE College entry. There is the Nissan, 100,000 Ks on the clock, and she's purring.
She's doing a great job out there into that little car. And there's Natalie Wilmington really feeling a bit of pressure from Luke Searle in the David Searle Motorsport SAE machine there, the BMW.
Now, if you're concerned at all about the term production car in this, don't be. Have a look what's a dead giveaway, the license plates on these cars. A lot of them are driven on the road, including, of course, the Nissan. Whoa, off the circuit big time then. Searle pushing very hard at the BMW. A little bit further back, there is the SAE College Newcastle Performance Centre. number 3 BMW. Having to do some work. Bit of oil down powder there. The Alpha is storming.
Really on a great charge there is David Capraro. The Accent Air Alpha 156 GTA, of course, a Class A car. 3 classes in this one series. Oh, Wilmington very sideways as she goes up the inside of Tony Saliba in the little Tulsa, but he motors on and holds his position.
Street Legal Cars Championship sponsored Wakefield Park. Mitsubishi Magna having a go at Saliba in the number 20 Nissan. The car getting around very nicely too. It's really holding its own. He's giving it some stick, that's for sure. Natalie Wilmington, the better half of Gary Wilmington, the promoter of this very circuit. So down the hill they come, and there is Natalie. Gets on the gas pretty hard. Next drag racer, I think.
Yeah, she's certainly been behind the wheel of many machines, and of course she's doing a good job in this Class B vehicle. As I was saying, 3 classes in amongst this one class, classes A, B and C, all relegated by power to weight ratio.
And it's great to see the big letters on the window that help you understand that. Now the Alpha has not gotten too far away at all from Peter Kelly and the Kelby Developments BMW 130, closing right in at the stage. A couple of racing celebrities here as well at the racetrack. Look up ex-Peugeot Spanish works driver Jason Dark is here watching how the Peugeot handles things as well. As we take a look at the Magna, the 380 just ahead as they come onto the main straightaway. And this little battle, which is breaking out, they head down the main straightaway.
Yeah, Neil Byers behind the machine of that car there, the Advanced Refrigeration Systems Mitsubishi 380. Of course, that's another Class B car, and he's being challenged now by the Peugeot car 17, down through the kink, turn number 1 into turn 2, and the Peugeot doing a nice little job there from Roland McIntosh.
Yeah, Roland's got a lot of support in this weekend. A lot of people hoping to see the car run well. Including, of course, Alan Mackay Motors from Barrel, which is only about half an hour from the circuit, if that. Look at this battle now. The Alfa Romeo, the Accent Air Alpha, battling with the Kelby Developments BMW. Peter Kelly really giving the Alpha some stick over the top at Wakefield Park. Look at him coming out of the corner now.
Really just throwing the vehicle around. Peter Kelly trying to get around this Alfa Romeo. He's trying every which way he can at the moment. Can't do it. Almost sneaks up the inside there. And while these two battle on hard, look who's coming along for the ride in car number 3, the other BMW of Luke Searle.
The SAE College entry is storming. There he is in the 3rd spot. What a great battle this is. The Alfa Romeo up against a pair of BMWs, all these cars, street legal production cars. You'll notice that from the license plate, a lot of them carry. At the moment, Capraro doing an excellent job. The Alpha 156 GTA.
When you say street legal too, Wade, these cars really are street legal. They have to be able to be registered, so they've got all the proper glass in them. They've got all the interior, you've got door skins on, everything, all the seats in the car, so that really you can almost drive them off the circuit and go home.
Of course, the big difference is the roll cage, which keeps them very safe indeed. Now Kelly on the fish hook, a late apex, gets the tail out. That's not easy to do with the little BMWs.
Certainly not, and as he comes around turn 9 there onto the back straight, see how close are they in comparison in top-end speed? Very close indeed. Capraro covers the line as he goes down into turn number 10. Luke Searle gets that little bit closer in car number 3 there, the other of the BMWs. And you see Kelly goes from left to right, tries every which way he can, still can't get past the Alpha.
But look at Searle, it's just going to be on. It's going to be I would think, an Alpha in a BMW sandwich here. Kelly gets through. Fine drive into turn 1 and 2. Car steps out a bit. He gathers it back up. No, he's gone. He saves it.
Sensational steering.
Now the Alpha should eat him alive now in a straight line, and it does. But look out, because now Searle has joined in.
Now it's a 3-way battle for first place here, and Peter Kelly doesn't only have to chase now, as Searle made a little bit of a mistake coming through turn number 4 there. He was a little bit quick, a little bit too hot, and went out wide. Here's a good replay of that passing move. Watch him just get a little bit tailing.
Well, it's right on the edge of breaking loose just here. He's on the brakes as hard as the car will physically allow without locking up, and it's just there where the car stepped out. Here's where he lost a lot of momentum, and now you can see closing in is Searle. He got a very, very late apex, way too late, but there's still plenty of time.
Some great racing, very close and without touching each other. That's some very good sporting drives from these gentlemen, as now Searle starts to have a bit of a look at Kelly. He goes left, he goes right, he thinks, which way can I get around him? Where am I better than Kelly? As Kelly, both of them step out into the dirt. Oh, Searle even more so than Kelly that time, so they've cost themselves as Capraro comes down the main straight in car 32, the Alpha, and opens that lead up up just that little bit.
Now here's a look again at Searle, just going off the racetrack. You saw Kelly did it, and Searle followed him, so it was almost like a precision driving team just then. Both BMWs getting unsettled, and that's allowing Capraro some time to breathe. As long as Searle challenges Kelly, the leader will be happy, I think, Joe.
Certainly will be, and I tell you what, at the moment, these three gentlemen, even though they're driving extremely hard and fast, and they've made a couple of mistakes as they've gone along in this race, they've motored away from the Class B cars and Class C cars that are a lot further back.
Getting towards the dying stages of this race, it's been an absolute corker. The 2006 Production Touring Car Championship race number 2 for the weekend. And Searle again coming back at Peter Kelly. Wakefield Park, a perfect circuit for this kind of racing.
Yeah, it's nice, it's tight, and these little smaller cars that are much more nimble to drive really attack this track hard and fast. As we see now, Kelly tries again. He's closed that gap. He's bridged it to David Capraro in the Alpha, and he's trying again up the inside. It's going to be a drag race down the main straight. This is what he did last time, and he made the pass stick. I think he'll do it again.
It's a long way back to 4th place. Kelly gets through. Watch for Searle to come and try the inside line as well, and he does. The Alpha goes from 1st to 3rd in the blink of an eye. This is competitive racing.
Great stuff in the Alpha. David Capraro there tried to keep the power on through turn 2, and he just drove a little bit wide, just dropped the wheel up in the dirt, and that's cost him.
This is very much a case of win on Sunday, sell on Monday. There'll be a lot of people watching this going, I like the way this BMW handles, or I like the speed of the Alpha. You're getting a good example of how they work in race trim anyway.
Absolutely. That's basically what you got there, folks. What you can buy off the showroom floor is what you're seeing at the moment. You see a bit of dust up there, so...
Oh, Kelly, good night. He's not just off the circuit, he is long gone.
Wow.
So Searle is your leader. Capraro doesn't like that at all. It's now 1-on-1. Now it's an arm wrestle. Don't know what happened to Kelly, but he is gone.
Yeah, certainly something wrong with that picture there, as Searle just covers the inside line again. Capraro around the outside just about, but look at the understeer, almost into the pits he's gone.
What was he thinking there? They were never going to get an outside move on that final corner. He comes back on the circuit, dust everywhere, and now Searle, I would think with the last lap board, has an enormous lead. So ambitious to say the least for the Alpha.
Very ambitious. Here's a good replay of, look at the understeer. The front wheels are just pushing straight on. He's almost driven to the pits, as I mentioned, and he's cost himself about half the straight length. So that really is, well, a bit over exuberance from David Capraro.
Might have been faster if he'd actually driven through the pits. I'm not really sure. Stop go might have been a little less brutal. Here he is. Meanwhile, it's a beautiful car, the Accent Air Alfa Romeo. The GTA, the 156 GTA, it's a great looking car, and they will develop this car more as it goes on. The Hurstville City towing entry, she's a little dusty now.
She's got a bit of a right front flat there too.
Yes, well, coming off the ripple strip, I think would have been pretty brutal on the car, so Capraro's now got the visor up too, so I'd say the intensity has gone out of the drive. It won't want to turn there. Meanwhile, here is your leader, the SAE College Newcastle Performance Centre, number 3 of the Pearl, Luke Searle.
Absolutely, he brings it round the final turn, and he'll bring it home. The Class A machine there, Luke Searle driving the David Searle Motorsport, the SAE-sponsored BMW 130 across the line in first place. A great victory indeed.
There's the checkers. It was an interesting race, to say the very least. Capraro will get second. Natalie Wilmington got third, back to Peter Kelly, Tony Salamar, McIntosh, Roylett and Byers.
Well, Luke, what a great race.
Oh, it was fantastic. That's the most fun I've ever had in a long time. It was one of the closest races. It was fun, it was fast, you know, and David and Pete were fighting like cat and dog at the front there, and which gave me a chance to catch up. And when I did, I just counted them again, and it worked out well for us anyway. These cars, they're so much fun, you know. Since you can't do much to the car, you know, it keeps it more of a standard car, and it just keeps it close racing. So the racing was just fantastic. David drove real well, so did Pete. You know, it was just really good, fun, close. And I don't think there was a touch in there. I'm not quite sure, but you know, it was really good.
With about 3 laps to go, we just ran out of brakes, and I was trying to hold Pete out, hold him out. He got through. He lost it a little bit coming through turn 1, and I got him back, and then it was all over. He just got me around the back, and I couldn't hold on anymore. Really, really good, clean racing. I was really impressed with both the BMW drivers and the cars themselves. Peter drove really well. Little taps here and there, but that's all in part of racing. That's part of it. But no, the cars. What made it so interesting was the cars got different strengths in different parts of the track, and the end result was, I hope, for good TV. Because I'll tell you what, from where I was sitting, it was good fun.
Yeah, it looked fantastic. And Peter Kelly, I tell you what, you had a few moments there. That was good racing.
Oh, that was excellent. That was totally awesome. We both had a good time, I think. We had a couple of close moments. It was like magnets together around a few turns up there, and we kept it pretty clean. It was good. We both come out and get to go back in the next race. Hope we can do it again.
Talk me through that last race.
Well, it was really interesting, actually. I seen a couple of cars go cross country, and I sort of thought, am I at the right place? But yeah, it was good.
Alfa Romeo driver David Capraro is a debutant in this exciting new category. Daniel Gibson grabbed him earlier for this little chat.
We've been racing Alfa Romeos since '98, all different types of Alfas in all different types of classes. Back in 2003, we caught wind of the 24-hour Bathurst, the pro car went there. So we said, we've got to be in that. We debuted this car behind me in 2003 in a 2-hour showroom showdown. Raced there, had a very successful race there. And from then, we've just been racing it in different production series classes there. We didn't qualify, we didn't do any practice. We're trying a new set of tyres from Pirelli, supported us there. First time on those tyres, we got a new setup. We had gearbox problems, so we couldn't qualify yesterday. So that first race was just, who knows what was going to happen. I was supposed to take it easy for the first couple of laps, but it didn't work out that way. But I think we got the pace, and like I said, it's all new to us today. So every lap we're going to be learning and going faster, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully we will give them a good show.
Round 2, race 3 of the Production Touring Car Championship saw Luke Searle aiming for a hat-trick of wins. The informed David Searle Motorsport entrant quickly pulling out ahead of the rest of the field. Just behind Searle, Kelby development driver Peter Kelly and new boy David Capraro were engaged in a titanic battle for second. The two drivers duking it out lap after lap. Until Kelly broke his rear shocks. Further back in the pack, and Natalie Wilmington and Roland McIntosh were having their own personal duel, with McIntosh eventually winning out. At the front, there was daylight to second place as Luke Searle completed a clean sweep of wins for the day. Searle getting the win from Capraro, McIntosh, Wilmington, Roylett, Salabar, Byers, and Kelly unfortunately with a DNF. Let's take a look at your points right now, and Searle leads by 19 over Kelly, back to McIntosh, Wilmington, Capraro, Salabar, Byers, and Madiki rounding out the 8.
Well, a good weekend, mate. Congratulations, first place.
Yeah, it was a good weekend, you know. The BMW, mate, is going awesome. I mean, it's the BMW, it's the greatest car in the world. I think you can't complain. But that last race there, you had a good run and just kept the head down and went for it. So.
The interesting thing though, mate, is you've had problems with your shockers or something. What's happening?
Oh, our shocks don't even work. They're not working this weekend for some reason. The car's just bouncing all over the shop. And poor Pete in that last race both broke his rear shocks. They just both completely snapped off the bottom of the car. That's why he pulled in, couldn't drive it. But yeah, it was sad for him, but yeah, we had a really good race and I'm really happy.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, Gibbo.
Not a bad weekend.
Well, mate, I mean, we're enjoying it, and you know, keeping up the form. So, you know, the car's going beautifully, and we've had a wonderful weekend of weather and racing. So, what more can you ask for?
That was a great last race. You had Natalie Wilmington there and a big toe down the straight.
Yeah, Natalie and I got this thing going. You know, I mean, it's either me or her, and in this case, something had to give.
It certainly did. A little bit of pain on the back there, but I think she ran out of brakes.
Yeah, that's all right. That's just a racing incident, and Nat came up to talk to me about it. But I must say, she's a hard charger, and you know, we enjoyed the race. It was great.
We're only just starting to warm up, folks, so don't you go away. Coming up after the break, it's time for the Formula 4000s.
Speed Week, brought to you by GT Radials and Chevron, Australian Muscle Car Masters.
Hi, I'm Alan Moffat. When I was asked to put my name behind GT Radial tires, naturally I insisted on testing them. GT Radials perform better than more expensive tires. Taking all, I dished out. And GT Radials have a free lifetime replacement guarantee. No other tire manufacturer offers you that. I used to race GTs, now I drive on them. So should you. Call 136282 for your nearest outlet.
Love your car. Try new Castrol Edge. It's our best oil yet.
Things are hotting up in our Song for the Socceroos Stakes as the finalists do battle for the hearts and minds of Australian sports fans everywhere. It's up to you, the viewers, to vote for your own favourite anthem each week on the way to a grand final. You could win tickets for two to the sold-out Australia-Greece friendly in Melbourne, secure in the knowledge that you've played a part in our future World Cup glory. Song for the Socceroos, 8:30 tomorrow night.
Socceroos, Socceroos.
G'day, George Negus. With Australians involved in two troubled regions right now, Dateline reports on the whys and wherefores of the recent eruptions in the Solomon Islands, and from Iraq, where David Brill has been embedded with the Australian troops.
Get up close with Dateline. 8:30 Wednesday, SBS.
Wait, don't move. Stay right there.
Because on Thursdays, we enter the cult zone with cult animation followed by a film that's truly on the fringe.
Shoot it down. Why not right now?
The Cult Zone kicks off from 10 every Thursday night here on SBS.
Are you some kind of rock and roll freak?
Then Rock Whiz is for you.
Concerne la musique pour toi, Martha. C'est quoi là? Pink Floyd.
Chrissy Ann or James Burton. It's the boys.
A super freak.
Rock Whiz, 9:15 every Saturday on SBS.
Ultimate smooth jazz.
It must have been moonlight.
For after work and for after hours.
Way up in the blue. If you were a song.
A collection of timeless classics and today's biggest names in jazz. The perfect way to relax into the night. This is jazz for your soul.
And I'm feeling good.
Ultimate smooth jazz. Available from Dimmock's music retailers online or by phone order.
Dad, why did they build the Great Wall of China?
It was to keep the rabbits out. There was too many rabbits in China.
Give your kids the right answers with broadband access from just $14.97 a month for the first 12 months. That's half-price access for 12 months for eligible customers. Plus a free standard modem when you stay for 24 months and no connection fee. For details, call 13POND or visit bigpond.com.
Lewis, can bring my new Passat round for us, please?
Don't worry, Lewis. It's only his new pride and joy.
The new Volkswagen Passat from 42.990, full of unexpected pleasures. Volkswagen, aus Liebe zum Automobil.
Next up on track is the Formula 4000. Now, in the opening round at Calder Park, it was Derek Pingle who raced away. He had his first win, in fact, in 9 years. He celebrated with new boots, a new race suit and a new do on his helmet. Followed closely by Ty Hanger, the man who's perpetually second. Who will come second or first today? We're about to find out. On track action, round 2, F4000, Wakefield Park.
A new face to the category of Formula 4000 is the Canon-sponsored driver Alan Price, but this is only a short stint behind the wheel for Alan.
My main drive is with the team sitting with the Formula Ford we've just built, but we're waiting for our Italian driver to come over to do the last 4 rounds of the series. So I may be doing next in 2 weeks' time at Winton. These cars are absolutely brutal. They are a brutal assault on the senses, I can tell you, especially at a bumpy track like this. They're just very delicate to drive, very sensitive throttle, a lot of torque, and in this particular case, I think I fried the tyres yesterday, so I had very little grip, hence the very average performance today. But we're hoping for a better thing. If we get some new tyres for the next one and some more time in the car, because I only did 20 laps yesterday and that was it, and 1 lap this morning in the first race.
Well, Derek Pingle cleaned up in round 1. He's looking down the barrel of 2 from 2. Can he do it all again?
Absolutely, mate, and we are fired up. We're having a great time. I think that we've really concentrated on a fantastic setup here, and the team has done a lot of work over the last couple of days.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Wakefield Park Raceway near Goulburn, New South Wales for round 2 of the AMRS series. And it's the Yokohama Australian Formula 4000 Championship on the grid now. Weaving and ducking and weaving as they warm up their tyres. As we take a look at the grid, Pingle, Hanger, Price, Crampton, Dale, Fox, Wade and West. They are your field. And Joe Zingini joins me in commentary as we look at the beautiful Just Parts car. We got trouble already, Joe.
Yes, looks like one of the gentlemen around the back has spun it around. He's going to get the thing motoring again, though, but we've got a rolling start with the F4000 cars here at Wakefield Park. A good start from Derek Pingle, our man that was on pole, and Ty Hanger slips in second place there, as well as they go through turn number 2 for the first time.
Alan Price, the Canon sponsorship on board. As we take a look at the number 48 car, very much in the thick of things. Ty Hanger.
Oh!
Whoa!
Hanger's off.
Absolutely. What happened to Ty? The Plume Interiors power guard entry. Oh, he bags him up big time. But by the time he rejoins the field, he could be at the rear. What happened here, Joe?
Yeah, it looks like the car's just turned hard left there. Whether he's got on the gas a little bit too early, but it doesn't seem to have black-tracked, or maybe he's got a brake problem of some sort there. But Ty Hanger off in the dirt as we pick up our race leader, Derek Pingle, leading extremely well.
Hanger is dirty on a number of levels, physically and literally, because he's now dropped off the rest of the field as Dale, in the advanced refrigeration, number 12, makes his way through on the Canon car. Good job there. Here they come, down the main straightaway, 1 down at Wakefield Park. Now here's a replay up the inside. This is Sam Dale. We're on board the Mumbo Racing advanced refrigeration car. That's a copybook pass.
Absolutely, a lot of steering wheel action here. You can see he was really reefing the wheel to the right-hand side as he passed the Canon car there of Alan Price, as they make their way up the hill one more time. And it's a very steep hill. Doesn't look like it, but I tell you what, it really is. If you go for a walk up there one day, it certainly takes your breath away. So just following car number 50 there, Mark West, who's trying to make some inroads on the Canon car of Alan Price.
Yeah, Westy has the Alpine Stars on board as well, so good chance he's wearing some fairly fancy footwork there inside the car. Whoa, the 95 Canon car has gone around Alan Price. Well, he's paid the price for that one. He's gone in too hard. He lights him up now.
Very lucky to get away with that, and he might beach it there because these cars, as you can see a replay here, he just locks them up on his lonesome, spins it around, feeling a bit of pressure there from Mark West, and almost lucky to not get it beached there because these cars are so low to the ground, the bottom of the car just rocks on one point of pivots and you can't get the thing going anywhere.
Well, Pingle away at the restart. We are green once more. Now the rest of the field is closed back in, but where is Hanger? No sign of Ty Hanger, so perhaps there's trouble with the car. Dale closing in on Les Crampton and the Hocking Motorsport number 74 car as they head up the hill. Sam Dale on the move.
Saw one just spin off down in the background there as well. Couldn't pick up who it was though, but a great mover and shaker at the moment. Sam Dale coming through turn 5 on his way down the hill.
Oh, in a just part sandwich at the moment.
He certainly is, isn't he?
Crampton and West are absolutely line astern on either side of him at the moment. So Dale can't afford to put a wheel wrong here. Wakefield Park, round 2 of the Australian Motor Racing Series. That's the AMRS. And Yokohama bringing us the Australian F4000 Championship. Woo, getting a little bit impatient there.
Oh, big swing to the right-hand side as Mark West goes up the inside of Sam Dale. They come through turn 10 back onto the main straight. Sam Dale goes to the outside trying to drag race Mark West rather as they come down the main straight.
Looks like he's done it too, Joe, so however you say it, he's gotten through back into that spot. Now Hanger, has to be Ty Hanger closing in that quickly.
Oh, Dale really on the gas early there, Wade, and you saw what happened.
Didn't take much. These cars are very quick. In fact, it's often said these cars are the fastest motor racing cars in Australia, so they're deceptively quick. We just see here now Dale comes into the corner, gets on the gas a little too hard and pushes the Yokohamas beyond any normal level. Whoa, that was close too. And there is Hanger closing in now, Joe.
Very happy man indeed. He'd be loving that because he gets to make up position very easily. Didn't have to work too hard for it. Sam did it all on his lonesome. On the gas as we see the replay. See, opposite lock to the left, catches it. Oh, a lot of steering wheel action there, but thankfully still pointing in the right direction.
Very lucky he did catch it, as a matter of fact, because that could have been nasty had he spun up the hill. He had cars either side of him. There went Hanger up the inside. So we're at the top of the hill now, the hill climb section, and about to turn down to this final corner now. They've come out of the hook. And once again, Dale having his hands full. They storm down this main straightaway at Wakefield Park.
Just past Les Crampton there in car 74. And Les Crampton with a bit of a hand gesture there of some sort, maybe waving to the team or not happy with Sam Dale for some reason, but it seemed like a clean pass.
Seemed like he was indicating to his crew that he was confirming something they might have been telling him. Very stout car, this Plume Interiors entry, because it went off the circuit at high speed. It's a little dusty, but it seems to have stood up to the impending damage pretty well. Over the ripple strip, it's a very rough and bumpy circuit, this one. With their low clearance, Joe, they'll be feeling every undulation.
That's the thing with these cars. They are so low to the ground and they are so heavily sprung that the guys just absolutely get shaken around inside the cockpit, and they get out sometimes. You think, boy, oh boy, how are you feeling after that? And a track like Wakefield, which is very quick, very tight, but very rough as well in a car like this, really does sort of shake them around.
Heavily sprung race cars and highly strung race drivers. Now there's a combo for you. Beautiful conditions here at Wakefield Park. A little crisp in the air, but not a cloud in the sky. It's often that way here at Wakefield. This battle royal continues now. West with his mirrors full of Hanger as they come up the hill now out of this right-hander.
Great young talent is Ty Hanger, and he'll be driving as hard as he possibly can with that vehicle, trying to get around West as we just have a look there at 44, Justin Wade, a much cleaner looking green and white machine than what Ty Hanger's sporting at the moment.
He hasn't been agricultural just yet either, so that's the reason of 48 and 44. Good to see quite a few two-car teams in the Yokohama Australian Formula 4000 Championship. Well, what's going on here? Closing in dramatically is Pingle. So he's putting the 44 car of Justin Wade a lap down. Pingle absolutely motoring, obviously buoyed by his success at Calder Park.
And the last lap is what we're on at the moment, and Pingle leads the charge, and yes, he's certainly leading by a long shot indeed. We saw one of the cars going off into pit lane just there as they came around the final turn. It might have been Sam Dale from the look of things. I couldn't be sure about it. We'll find out more on that one as Pingle brings this machine home very, very quickly.
The Australian Lifestyle Management Group Video Easy number 8. He has done it easy today. Certainly Hanger going off the circuit aided in the cause. I'd love to have seen the heads-up battle between these two. It's been a whole lot easier build-up than the Calder Park round. If you remember, he had electrical problems, all sorts of dramas in qualifying, but today it's smooth sailing with his daughter in the pits coordinating the whole deal. Checkered flags are not too far away.
And Derek Pingle bringing the Australian Lifestyle Management Group machine home as he motors his way down round the final turn with Mark West 8 seconds behind at the moment, and then Ty Hanger in third place. Checkered flag at the ready for Derek Pingle. A great win for him. 8 seconds, the gap back to the second place man there in machine number 50, Mark West from Ty Hanger in 3rd, Sam Dale 4th place, Les Crampton came home in 5th, Justin Wade in 6th, and Matthew Fox, Alan Price unfortunately did not finish.
Let's head down to the pits and catch up with some of the stars.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, look, I tell you what, this rolling start was fantastic. We had a bit of a strategy going there, and I got a good break at the beginning of the race. Pulled about 300 metres after a couple of laps. I thought, wow, this is fantastic, but had to keep mind focused. There was a spin, out comes the safety car, bunch them up again, and had it all to do again.
No, we didn't at all. It was on Friday we blew up a clutch and destroyed it. So we spent 500 k's on the road on Saturday, going off buying a new clutch and spares. And, yeah, no, very delighted with all the work that the boys did. So I'm stoked for the team as much as myself.
Yeah, first lap we been playing around with the suspension on the car, and there's quite a big bump up the top there. And unfortunately, the car's a little too low. Hit the bump, round it went. So we're just going to raise the car back up, and hopefully it won't hit that bump.
Well, Ty Hanger has recruited a very capable new teammate for round 2. It's ex-sedan racer Justin Wade.
Well, I had an opportunity this weekend, through the association to have a drive, and I haven't driven seriously. I'm a tin top driver, so I haven't driven seriously for sort of 3 years. Had the opportunity, I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to get back in and just get serious again and sharpen the axe, so to speak. Had a great learning curve this weekend, having not driven a powerful open wheeler before, and especially in racing. And but it's been a fantastic experience. I found the car quite acceptable to drive to a reasonable pace, and then beyond that, it was a learning curve. It was very steep. I'm just going to see where it goes. I would like to have another drive again soon, actually, because I've learnt a fair bit this weekend. It'd be nice to sort of go on from here and utilise today and utilise the weekend's experience.
So after a strong runner-up finish in race 1, Mark West is totally amped about race 2.
I think it should be a really good one, actually. The time separating Derek time myself are marginal at best, so we should have a really close race and hopefully a replication of race 1 at Calder.
So we get set for race number 2 now, the Yokohama Australian F4000 Championship. There is Mark West, the Alpine Stars sticker on basically on the helmet. You can see the Power Guard mouth guard sponsorship alongside him of Hanger. There's the number 12 of Sam Dale, a man who's a very talented man, very versatile, flies helicopters in the Navy, and, well, basically flies things extremely quickly on the weekend as well, albeit here at Wakefield Park. We get set for a start, waiting, and we are away. So Pingle looking to go back-to-back here, Joe. Let's see if he can do it.
Certainly does. Round through turn number 1 now, the little kink here at Wakefield Park into turn 2. Pingle.
Oh! He's gone, and he's made contact with, I think, the second, well, it might have been Crampton, I think, in the Just Parts car. Oh, look at the Just Parts all over the racetrack there.
Big hit too, ripped the front nose cone straight off this machine of Derek Pingle's. That's significant damage. That's going to need a fair amount of work to get back out on the racetrack.
And it's scattered bits and pieces all over the racetrack, so that may have a bearing on this race. Looks like we'll come back to a full red light situation here as Derek climbs out of the car. Obviously very unhappy with what happened there. I don't know if the car just got loose or what, but now looking at a restart as we get back underway here. There is the cannon car of Price coming down the main straightaway here at Wakefield Park. Restart situation, and away they go with Ty Hanger in front and leading away.
Ty Hanger leading the charge. Good to see that Les Crampton's machine obviously didn't really receive any damage, but he's still out there, which is good. The car 74 still motoring on nicely. In third place there, I believe, with Mark West up in second. Of course, the sister car to Les Crampton's machine.
Beautiful autumn, almost winter's afternoon here at Wakefield Park. Up the top of the hill now, heading back down towards the fishhook. Dale really putting Crampton under the pump now as they head back down to the fishhook right now. This very tight left-hander, bang, down through the box they go. Hard on the anchors. And Dale trying to get past Crampton. not having much luck at the moment.
He's had a fairly fast sort of machine in the first race, finished fourth. Unfortunately, he's trying to better that this time around as Les Crampton starts to feel the pressure. He's covering his line a little bit as they come down the back straight into turn 10, the final turnaround here at Wakefield. There's Alan Price in the Cannon machine. As they come down, green flags are waving as Sam Dale tries to go around the outside, and he does so. He'll make the passing move stick as he's got the racing line there for turn 1.
Yeah, you just see Crampton try to tuck back in on the inside into turn number 2. Not much doing just there. Let's have a look at the pass right now in replay. He just sneaks up the inside. Starts off as the outside, but it'll turn into the inside as they come into turn 1. That's a good pass. He used the draft very cleverly. Word is in the pits that Derek Pingle's car has been besieged by other teams trying to help repair the car. And Joe, we shouldn't be surprised. This competition has a lot of people working hard for the betterment of the sport.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a very expensive sport, and as you can imagine, to keep these cars going costs a lot of money. So if Derek Pingle's receiving a helping hand from other teams, that's great to see. The camaraderie in this sort of thing is really exciting.
The power guard, mouth guard, Plume Interiors, number 48 of Ty Hanger out of the Central Coast of New South Wales. A proud Parramatta Eels fan. As they make their way down the top part of the circuit now, Mark West ahead of Dale. You can see Crampton further back in the order in 4th position at the moment. Sam Dale, the Mumbo Racing entry for advanced refrigeration. What can he do with Mark West? He's starting to wear him down, Joe.
Oh, he's got some great top-end speed in this machine, has Sam Dale. He's driven away from Les Crampton in 74 machine, and now he's right onto the back of Mark West already in the 50 car, so he's really got some great power. He should be able to get around West if he keeps this up.
Look at him powering hard here. This is Mark West doing a good job in the Fleetwood Just Parts Magazine Alpine Stars, number 50. Dale closing right in now. They're coming down towards the fishhook. He's going to get aggressive under brakes. What can he do with West here? West running a defensive line into the corner. Clever stuff there.
Oh, he ran wide though on the exit there, Wade, and that's cost him car 12. Sam Dale's gone straight up the inside and motored around turn 9 down the back straight.
Well, they give Westy the big pump up, and he's gone deep into the corner. And Dale can't believe it. He could have put his chopper through there. That was a big, big gap left there.
It was. Obviously, Mark West felt a bit of the pressure there. He went out into the dirty stuff after probably braking a little bit too late. And the Yokohamas are a great tyre, but put him out in the dirty stuff, and, well, they're like any other tyre. They just don't like it.
Well, no one's developed a grass tyre yet for road racing competition. That'll forever be an issue, I would think. Whoa! Look at that. Well, he's gone. Dale has undone all the good work. And in fact, he's made it worse for himself because Crampton, you would expect, will go by as well.
Oh, and he's just out really in the dirt, and he's just stirring it all up, catching all that in the air dams and really making a mess of the machine. And look at him, still out in the dirt trying to get this thing back on the track, trying to find a nice, smooth, flat bit of road to get himself back onto the black stuff.
That is heartbreaking. The Tech to You entry got some dramas. Let's have a look at it again. He just comes in off to the left here, just off the circuit, outbraked himself.
That's what happens. The fastest machines in the country in motor racing, and if you're just that little bit late on the brake, well, you're out in the dirt.
Well, look who's back on the circuit now. Looking like it's a Benetton Formula One car. It's Derek Pingle. And looks like he's got a few different parts and things from different teams, Joe.
Certainly has, and that's really great to see. The boys helping him out, getting him back out there. He obviously probably didn't have a nose cone ready or something like that, and another team has offered him one, and they've put it on and got him back out there racing, so that's fantastic to see.
The Hocking race team, by the looks of things, have been the people that have strapped on the new nose cone for him, so that's a great thing from the team. So we just see Mr. Hanger arriving for duty. He's got an enormous lead up his sleeve at the moment, really storming. Big news is that Pingle is laying down some pretty impressive sector times at the moment too.
Well, he's probably fairly dirty with himself for what happened earlier on. He's probably out there and got a helmet full of steam and really just wants to lay some good laps down and try to get some sort of points back up on the board for himself.
Well, word coming through, Pingle sets the quickest time. It's only just outside the lap record of 56.79. So Pingle absolutely hammering here at Wakefield Park. The result will matter little. Hanger on the last lap now and looking to run away with it.
Great stuff. He really has daylight between himself and second place. He's done it fairly easy after Pingle had that incident in the first couple of corners. Coming around the fishhook now. That is turn 8, making his way up to a very tight and, well, it's a bit of a difficult corner if you're alongside somebody through turn 9 there onto the back straight. and he'll bring this machine home in first place, and he'll be absolutely stoked about that, Wade.
Well, it's a very strong result for him, much better than his previous race where he got off the circuit. He's going to romp to victory lane. Tie hanger, the Plume Interiors, Power Guard mouth guard. Number 48 gets the win as the flagman styles a bit for our camera there. Long way back to second place. That'll be Mark West, I think. And Les Crampton in the distance there will come home in third place. He'll be followed by Sam Dowell, Alan Price and Pingle will eventually get there for sixth position. Let's go down to the pits and catch up with Victory Lane.
Yeah, sure was. The start was quite exciting. Derek didn't get a very good start at all, and I just went up the inside. Almost ran up the back of him in the middle of it. But yeah, hopefully I just got past the carnage behind me, and I'm not sure what happened behind me. I had a look in the mirrors coming out of turn 2, and yeah, there were cars and bits and pieces going everywhere, but I'm not quite sure what happened.
Well, it was a little bit wild there early on. Derek and I had a little bit of a coming together through turn 1, and unfortunately Derek went off. I bent the front end on the car, which made it a little bit tough. I don't know what the problem is. We're probably chasing 20 mil toe in or toe out. But anyway, Sam kept me honest there for a while, and I pretty much limped on the best I could. But we come away with a second and a second. So yeah, all things considered, not a bad weekend. Thanks, Daniel.
It certainly was, considering this morning had a clutch problem and got second at one stage. But it was an interesting start. A pretty good start. The boys worked hard anyway between races to get the car right.
Well, it's a huge weekend ahead for the Fantastic Furniture Kingswoods, and Ken Blakely, the series organiser, is obviously pretty excited.
Yes, a great weekend, and it can't be more competitive. I think 7 thousandths of a second in the first race between Ewer and McGrath. All the boys have lifted their act. There's bumper-to-bumper racing from start to finish. The Fantastic Furniture Company and the Kingswood Racing Australia are getting together to give those punters on the hill a little bit of an opportunity. Just look out in your Fantastic store to see what's going to happen throughout the year.
Well, Joe, race 1 of the Fantastic Furniture Kingswood started off in pretty well uneventful style. The guys all behaving themselves very nicely, heading up the hill for the first time. But as we know, mate, Kingswood, they take no prisoners, and it wasn't going to last very long till we start seeing some door-banging stuff.
Certainly was some great action out there, as we see Terry Mayfield now, car number 19, locking the brakes up as he went extremely late into turn 2. Got them back onto the black stuff, thankfully, as Bob Hepburn was starting to argue with Darren Formosa there in a borrowed vehicle for Darren this time around.
Bobby Hepburn, the distinctive purpley pink colours, as you often refer to it. Deering's starting to come on strong as well. Have a look at the lines they pull coming off this corner here, back onto the main straightaway, but Smith goes around and ends up off the circuit. Looks like Eldridge and Lecomte as well. Philippe not happy at all about it, having to watch the race end under checkered flag situations, and in the end, that's the way they finished. You know, the luckiest dude in the world is Ross Street. He won his Kingswood in a raffle. Let's catch up with him now.
One of the panel beaters, my old work, before I transferred to Queensland, had a raffle ticket, need to sell some tickets, so he just said, want to buy one? Had $10 in my pocket, so I said, here you go, give me a ticket, and I won the car. Give me a whole new suit, which I'm going to get soon, hopefully. Bits and pieces, they pay for my entry fees for the year, which is a big help. Yeah, there's a few other little odds and ends and bits. So yeah.
Time now for highlights of race number 3 and Bobby Hepburn. Let's just call him Mr. Entertainer, shall we?
We really could, because that's what he did. Look at him go in car number 44 there. He was up the inside of Richard Hewer, but then he was out in the boondocks, absolutely rallying in the Fantastic Furniture Kingswood.
Never dropped the spot though.
No way in the world.
It was actually west of the boondocks. He got that far out off the circuit, and he's still continuing on. Not much of the racetrack is actually used. Plenty of it off though. Look at that, exactly the same spot. A little tight up. Next lap he should be almost on the track.
Arguing there with car 30, Pedro Marusic, who is always referred to as the entertainer. And Robbie McGrath made inroads there on Bob Hepburn after he went off.
Green flag continuing to fly in this incident-packed race 3 of the Fantastic Furniture Kingswood Series, and Bobby Hepburn, as always, right in the middle of it, working hard with the 14-inch of Glenn Deering. Checkered flag at the ready, though. How good is this guy, Richard Hewer? Manages to keep it all together. Nice job to take the win. All right, Joe, time to get these boys let loose. The Fantastic Furniture Kingswood Series. We take a look at that number 88 car, David Gardner. Cars look sweet, big grid, set for a start here at Wakefield Park.
Yes, round 2 of the series for the Fantastic Furniture Kingswoods. There's the man that carries the number 1 plate on the side of the car. That is Richard Hewer, the current champion, for good reason. He seems to be always at the pointy end of the field. Alongside him is Pedro Marusic, then back to Robbie McGrath, and Bobby Hepburn in 4th place there as we get ready to go. Who's going to get the jump? And I think Pedro may have just got a little bit of a jump there.
Nice job from Pedro. He's away smartly. 3 wide back in the order. No good can come of that as they sweep down into turn 1 and 2 at Wakefield Park. Big lock up there for the 6th car of Marc Levaillant.
Smith is out in the dirt to the Victorian, who's up here visiting this weekend in the Kingswood Series. He's really out in the dirt and gets it back on, but he'll lose a number of places for that.
It's known as the Hepburn line as they make their way through this tight right-hander now. Good field of cars, plenty of squirming under brakes, sliding around and working hard. Look at that field there.
Pedro's been able to hold on to 1st place there after starting off in 2nd. So Richard Hewer's been relegated back 1 as Ross Street, and that's the car he won in the competition last year. A brand new vehicle entered in the Fantastic Furniture Kingswood Series, so he's quite happy with that car.
Is there such thing as a brand new 73 Kingswood?
Well, you know. Sort of.
Smith poking his way off the turn. Hepburn keeps a good tight line. Here comes Hewer. He's had enough of this 2nd place stuff. Look at that. He's actually on the lawn on the infield. Well, not the lawn, the grass. And he makes the pass on the inside. Oh, Pedro's not happy though.
No, he wouldn't be happy. Oh, massive pile up here as we've got Formosa involved there. A bit of a replay here first of Hewer going up the inside. How far up the inside can you go? He's almost on the grass, like you said, Wade.
He actually clips a bit of it. He does the edges here. Watch this, just to the right front wheel. He actually does the edging here. He's available for weekends. He'll do your backyard as well. But looking back in the order, what we don't see is McGrath is about to get harpooned. Car goes very sideways here under brakes. And that's why we end up with our pile up there in the final turn.
Yeah, Formosa was involved in that one, and Robin McGrath as well. So that was a big pile up as Richard Hewer leads the charge now from Pedro Marusic in the Fantastic Furniture Kingswoods. A little bit of tyre marks there on the number 1 plate on the left-hand door. So
yes,
it's been rubbing a little bit.
It's not immaculate anymore. The car was to begin with. 14 car starting to make his way through too is Glenn Deering as they come back down the hill now. Head towards the official, hard on the brakes. Mayfield, he's been busy in the Mayfield transport car.
Yeah, and Deering, the fastest man out of the track as well with a 1:16.92, so he's really got that machine motoring nicely.
Here they come down towards that camera position. Final corner in this lap as they steam down towards the main straightaway. Very interesting sponsorship on the Deering car.
Yeah, now that's a bit of a long story really, but Glenn and his wife had a premature baby, and that's how it all come to be, that egg maternity sponsorship. So yeah, he's doing a good job though.
Great to see him promoting something a little bit different. Those people with babies certainly can appreciate the fragility of life. It's great to see him sponsoring something and get started to spread the word for egg maternity. Here they come back up the hill at the moment. Number 30 car, Pedro Marusic, in a bit of trouble because Deering is closing in.
He is, and he's going to try and get around him. Deering's been very, very quick in this race. And,
a lot of
smoke there. Now, that's possibly an engine because Pedro's really gone off. He's got all over the back tyres, and that could be an engine that's let go. Hepburn's followed him. There's got to be... there's oil down, definitely. You saw the guys in the background absolutely sideways.
Yeah, you can see that's where the trouble started, and the smoke got progressively worse just there. It was dropping a heap of black stuff down then. You can see the line, it's actually leaving, and away he goes. Off the circuit goes Pedro. And as you said, if you look to the top of our screen as he comes back off the circuit, you can see cars spearing off in all directions. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're getting towards the business end of this race. The 19 car working pretty hard in there as well, of Terry Mayfield, battling hard with his team car. And now Smith and the MRT race car trailers entry closing in.
Yeah, as they come down the main straight. Terry Mayfield in car number 19 leading the charge there from Philippe Lecomte. We're on the last lap now in the Fantastic Furniture Kingswood Series here at Wakefield Park. Only half a lap to go for this man who's leading the charge and has done so all weekend. A brilliant driver, really knows his car and his setup, and this is why he's at the front.
The Quantum Transport, #1. He usually keeps the car pretty well immaculate. Got a big lead by Kingswood standards too. A fantastic Furniture Kingswood Series. Well done, that number 14 car of Glennie Deering. The egg maternity car looks like it's starting to really come on in the second trimester.
Absolutely, and Richard gets a little bit taily on the exit there just to show that he's very happy to wind up a great race 4 with the fantastic Furniture Kingswood. So Richard Hewer takes the win from Glenn Deering, home in second place there. Bobby Hepburn will come home in third as we still have a look back through the field as John Predel in car 8 negotiates the final turn as well. Ahead of him is Smith in the MRT machine. Very sideways.
Checkered flag is out. How good was that? The fantastic Furniture Kingswood turning it on at Wakefield Park. Let's go down to the pits and catch up with Victory Lane.
Of course, I've done a few laps at the place, so it's always a bit of advantage around here. Once again, another really good event for the AMRS. They've done a really good job here this weekend. Yeah, obviously 2 weeks' time we're down at Winton, so I'm really looking forward to that. And obviously thank all the sponsors, Quantum Transport and all the guys who helped me out.
Mate, it was a fabulous weekend. Yeah, had a great time and just had a great time. It was great.
Yes, it was a great effort today. We had a little bit of trouble at the start, a little bit of trouble in that run. There's no way known we'd catch Richard in the Quantum Transport car and Glenn in the egg maternity car, but the C&B Engines car was really performing well, but we just couldn't quite get there.
Yes, in the background is the distant sound of thunder, folks. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, the 2006 Thunder Sports Series blasts off.
So what are you investing for?
I want to live by the beach.
I want to buy a vineyard. We want matching Harleys.
I want lots of money.
I want to retire.
I want to help the kids move out.
At Colonial First Date, we want what you want.
Blow yourself away with Monday Night Mythbusters on SBS. Those crazy science junkies are back to do it all again.
We're willing to go back to something we've done and say we screwed it up. You bet.
It's an explosive new series, Mythbusters Revisited.
That was intense.
That was crazy!
That didn't work at all.
So stop doing it in the movies. Mythbusters, the new series explodes. 7:30 tomorrow night here on SBS.
The drama of World Athletic Championships. The glory of the Tour de France. The precision of World Table Tennis. The excitement of UEFA. The legendary Ashes. Championship Curling. The FA Cup. And the Confederation Cup, leading to the battle for the World Cup. No one sees the world like SBS.
G'day, George Negus. With Australians involved in 2 troubled regions right now, Dateline reports on the whys and wherefores of the recent eruptions in the Solomon Islands, and from Iraq, where David Brill has been embedded with the Australian troops.
Get up close with Dateline, 8:30 Wednesday, SBS.
His life is like a dead people.
Ted and Anthony have been together 12 years.
Ако до мене прашање зошто го прават тие, ти си stupid, луди се.
If we were still in Macedonia and I was born and raised in Macedonia, I probably would have been a quiet little closeted man who would by now have 3 or 4 kids.
Не мора, не ходи правилно како што треба.
Wednesday night, SBS features 2 stories of unresolved tension, both dealing with accepting the unacceptable. Inside Australia at 7:30 and later in the Mood for Love at 10 here on SBS.
Thursday night. It's a dog's life, but not just any dog. He's everyone's favourite crime-fighting canine. He's putting everything on the line. Canine crime-fighting chaos. Rex Day, so keep Thursdays free for Inspector Rex, 7:30 on SBS.
Nearly 200 nations tried. Only 32 remain to play one game, the beautiful game. This June, the world's biggest sporting event is coming to SBS, the FIFA World Cup, Germany 2006. Love the game.
Introducing Rodrigo y Gabriela, the hottest new name in world music. Their brilliant fusion of metal, Latin and jazz comes together on their new CD, Live Manchester and Dublin. Rodrigo y Gabriela has already taken Europe by storm and now bring their electrifying music to Australia. Get the album now at Dimmicks music retailers online or by phone order.
The anticipation, the excitement, the intensity. For one short month every 4 years, it unites the world. Everyone has a team to support, and one person's hero is another's villain. It's not a matter of life and death. It's far more important than that. The stunning new series that reveals why the World Cup is more than a game. 7:30 Saturdays on SBS.
Just about time to unleash the thunder at Wakefield Park Raceway. That's the 2006 Thunder Sports Series. We caught up with Maurice Stang earlier and asked him about the new Radicals joining the category.
Well, Radical Australasia is importing the cars into Australia and New Zealand, and they are an affordable form of racing, and I think that's the heart of the Radical experience. We're running about 10% of the cost of a clutch in a Carrera. The cars themselves are reasonably affordable, but the spare parts and the running costs, we would estimate at 10 to 15% of the cost of running a comparable car, and since these cars are running faster than an Enzo Ferrari, you see good value. I think the key to them is balance. The Radicals are balanced in their braking, in their poise on the track, their handling and their power. And they're really sorted out. The SR3 now has been running for quite a few years, and the next big move is in aerodynamics. They can't do much on handling, and the aerodynamic kit is the 2007 vision for the cars.
One guy that's got to be happy is Mike Reedy. His new Radicals on the racetrack, and he's got pole position as well.
Yeah, it was fantastic to get pole position yesterday. The Radical's just an awesome car to drive, and I have to say thanks to Maury and Sue at Radical Australasia for giving us the opportunity to drive their car, and to Wayne and all his team for the fantastic preparation. And people at AMRS have put on a fantastic race meeting and fantastic weather, so it's pretty good.
Good luck. Oh, well, we just get out there and do the best we can and have some fun. It's probably more important than anything else. I think it's some great racing.
Let's take a look at race number 1 of the Thunder Sports, which is a category that includes, man, a whole heap of different motorsport makes, models, and all sorts of spectacular racing, because there is such a plethora of motorsport cars out there, that's for sure. The future races make up a large part of it. As you can see, the little RX-7, the 42 entry, the Fujitsu machine of Greg Smith, the Mazda RX-7 pushing hard. Likewise, the 4 of Wayne Green. You've got Chris Clearahan in there as well, and Kieran Del Marso in the number 5. But the man who's doing all the winning at the moment is Mike Reedy in the NanoServe Pompers Pizza Gelato Radical SR3 Supersport. Here he comes, a great-looking car. He wraps it up, and how? An enormous win. The battle for second was raging, though. Kieran Del Marso just over the 71 of Robert Free, and Helen Stig in the Coloris Racing Clubman will round out the 4. That's race 1 of the Thunder Sports. Let's go to the pits and speak with some of our winners.
Yeah, race win. First race for Radical in Australia and a fantastic victory. I'm very, very happy.
Well, I'm sure Maury and the rest of the crew will be stoked.
Yeah, very happy. They've put a lot of work in, and to come here with the cars and the speed that the cars have got, Radical Australasia have done a great job, and I'm very happy to be driving for them.
Good on you, well done. Good luck throughout the day.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a great race. It's quite surprising. The little Aussie Legend type cars are very hard to get past. They're very quick off the mark on the corners. And it takes us a long time to wind this thing up to get a bit of speed on at the end. But we had a great run at the end, and we made up a few places and got back up to second spot.
And so race number 2 of the Thundersports is down there on the grid. Now there is the Clubman. That is a great looking little car. Helen Stig in the Caloris Racing entry. Beautiful shots out the back over the pit lane of a Wakefield Park Raceway. There is the number 4 car, the Future Racer of Wayne Green. Some good looking little cars here, Joe. The 50 Yokohama entry is magnificent. The Reggie May Cranes entry of Todd McKittrick.
Certainly are some great cars in amongst this field for the Thunder Sports at Wakefield Park. As we get prepared to go racing, they light them up. Great start there from car number 43, the Haynes Clubman of Dennis Holland there, so he's on a charge early on.
Couple of Clubmans out there, Helen Stig, as you said. Now there is the number 12 car at the rear of the field. He was the man that cleaned them all up, Mike Reedy, and the SR3 Supersport, the Radical SR3. That's a fair way to describe the little thing too. It looks fantastic. They come up the hill here at Wakefield Park. Good, competitive little bunch, aren't they? They're all locked together. Up the inside, the Braddon Automart number 2 car of Chris Clearahan.
And these bunch of cars really love this Wakefield layout because it's tight and it's very fast, and they're small and nimble, so they get around very quickly. So just watch as this gentleman here, Mike Reedy in car number 12, powers this machine on down the straight, because he will make up some positions very quickly indeed.
Watch out for Clearahan. He's starting to close in. There's the ACT towing number 57 of Paul Quinn. The future tourists starting to get together in their numbers, starting to build and build, which is great for this category. You just saw the Clubman trying to get past Quinn, and now here comes Mike Reedy.
And Helen Stig there also in second place, starting to feel a little bit of pressure from Wayne Green in the number 4 Future Racer as they come down the straight. For the first time they cross the strike.
Helen Stig trying to hold him out. Reedy as well. Well, you saw Holland looking over his shoulder thinking, where is that thing? Of course, the Club will be very good at the top part of the circuit. They're a known hill climb expert car, and this part of the course here is known as the hill climb section.
Well, through turns 3, 4, 5 and 6 as they make their way back down the hill, it's extremely tight and very fast. So a car like this of Helen Stiggs and also Dennis Holland, the Clubman machines, they will absolutely motor on through there very quickly.
The Setnage entry there, the number 4 car of Wayne Green, working hard. Oh, you saw Holland. He actually waved Reedy through then. So I think he knows that Reedy was quicker than him and did the gentlemanly thing and waved it through so as not to hold him up and cause a fracas.
Not a bad thing, that a bit of sportsmanship out there is good to see as they come through turn 8. The fish hook.
Rare.
It's rare, yes, but you do see it on occasion. Car 71 there, the Robert Free design. Robert Free from Queensland, the Future Racer.
Oh, good shots here. We're on board with Mike Reedy, the NanoServe Pompers Pizza. Entry up the inside, trying to get by the Braddon Automart, number 2 of Chris Clearahan. Look at this. That thing's a bullet in a straight line.
Absolutely, what a great seat to be in too, and really get a good shot of what he's doing behind the wheel there and working the gear shift as well. So that's a great little shot there.
Up the inside, trying to get the move on the number 4 car. Can't quite do it. Looks like Wayne Green doing an excellent job. Here's the replay. Look at this line of cars. He just pulls up the inside and he bags 2 of them. Or did he get the 2 car? No, he didn't. So very close. Big lock-up just then. Not a bad run for that number 12 car. Now he gets a straight line off the turn, and away he goes. Lap starting to dwindle here at Wakefield Park. They're closing in again.
Reedy's on the back of Wayne Green now in the number 4 Future Racer as they come through. Well, what I've been told is the Big Al's fish hooks at Wakefield Park. And Big Al, of course, one of the commentators out there who loves this track. And Mike Reedy trying to negotiate a way around Wayne Green. He should be able to do it quite easily now down the back straight. He does, takes 2 of them. Helen Stig as well.
Well, nice pass through on the inside. In fact, the 4 car continues that run. Green, he moved on the inside of Helen Stig. Now, here comes Reedy looking to make the pass for the race lead on Todd McKittrick. The Reggie May Cranes entry out of the ACT. A big g'day to David Hall, ex-sprint car racer with the Reggie Made company. Up the inside, there's a replay now of how hard this car works under brakes. Look at that, easy pass.
Very easy and very nicely done. You see the way he's jumping around the cockpit there, feeling the bumps around here at Wakefield Park, and then powers on and just goes straight by.
I'd love to see a full grid of these cars. I think they're fantastic. Very exciting, very swoopy, low down. Look the part, it's clear ahead. The Bratton Automart car closing in on Helen Stig now. No, in fact, it's Holland. Working hard with Holland. And the 5 there of Kieran Del Maso in the KTM's Metal Industries car closing in as well.
I think Clearahan's going for the inside move. No, I thought he had shown his nose there quickly on Holland, but he couldn't do anything about it. Holland closed the gate. He'll try something maybe down the back straight here, but the power between these two is very, very equally matched, so he won't be able to have enough down the straight.
McKittrick just going by them with Green at the bottom of our screen. Reedy has already left the building. He's got a very sizable lead. We're going to look at it now. Look at him going into turn 1. But Green on the inside of the Reggie Made Cranes, number 50. Can't do it there. They're evenly matched, the future races, as they should be.
Exactly right, and that's the whole purpose of the future races, the category itself, an evenly matched one-make type series, and you can see the difference between them, nothing in it. It all comes down to the driver and also the few things that you can do on the setup of the vehicle, and that's where you're going to make your advances.
They're a good-looking little car. Certainly got a nice set of wheels on it, makes a big difference as well. There's the set now gentry of Wayne Green as they come down over the top part of the racetrack now and head down towards the fishhook. Busy, busy, busy is Holland in the clubman there. The number 43 car got that big exhaust down the side.
It looks really flash too, actually.
That was like a Gatling gun. Amazing stuff. Trying to come up behind the 57 once more of Paul Quinn, the ACT towing car. So getting towards the end of this one at Wakefield Park, the Thunder Sport category rife with future car, these magnificent little future races. See Holland then.
It's really weaving in and out, trying to have a bit of a look up the inside of the number 57 machine there, the ACT towing Paul Quinn, appropriately from ACT, of course. And he's going to go up the inside now, and he'll make that pass stick. Yes, he has a bit of a look to the left. He says, yeah, I think I've got around him.
A bit of a look. That was a stare, mate.
Staring him out then.
That was amazing. It was like he's trying to hypnotise him. Good stuff indeed. He's gone through either way, Holland. And like a seeing eye dog, he makes his way through. Here's a look at this. Looks over to his left. A bit of a check out where the rivals are. There he is.
What's he doing behind the wheel? Same
there
thing
he
as me.
is. Look at that. Good one, Kipper.
He's thinking, how far ahead of him am I? Oh, no, there's enough there.
He was either taunting him or checking he had room to move over. But certainly Quinn made him work for every bit of it, as you would expect. Now Green on McKittrick, and Holland is in there as well. Here comes the clubman, starting to wind him up. The tyres and more car of McKittrick under some pressure from Holland, and Quinn enthusiastically joins in.
And yeah, absolutely. Holland really is on a charge in this latter part of the race. So this machine's just turning it on as he goes up the inside of Green, round turn number 10 onto the back straight, and Green's drifted out a little bit, and Holland's really held a nice tight line there. And look at him. He's
oh, big blow there for Green. Have a look at the smoke. I was just going to say a gaggle of future races. He had to go, and he did. A 720.
Well,
almost pulled off.
Lucky that he spun the way he did.
The 1,080 there.
Didn't cut back across the track there. It could have been disastrous if he did so. With other cars coming through. Have a look at this.
Now, certainly got some issues here as he comes up behind Holland. The crew hanging over the wall think, oh, no good can come of this. Then into the corner he comes. It doesn't take long at all before the car just snaps loose in its own oil. And around it goes. Quinn thinking, whoops. McKittrick thinking, whoops. So is Clearahan. But fortunately, he gets out of harm's way.
These new little 1 litre machines, water-cooled machines of in the future races.
Oh, look at this for an angle.
Oh, how about getting out of the way there? Let's avoid the oil and the smoke, shall we?
Clearahan that was. It moved right to the right-hand side. Now watch how close this must be as they come into the corner. All of a sudden, around he goes. Clearahan makes an adjustment and takes a big, deep breath. I think we might have actually heard it. Reedy in this NanoServe Poppers Pizza Gelato entry is just braining them.
He's really out there on his lonesome, just driving around, enjoying the sunshine, I think, as car 5 there, the machine of Kieran Del Maso, just behind car number 50. And that, of course, is the Todd McKittrick entered machine.
You would think this bloke has less than a lap or so to go. He's certainly blazing around there. It won't be long. If it's not a lap, it'll be 2 because he's just creamed them. He comes around the top part of the circuit right now. As I said, a full field of these cars would be quite spectacular. Look at the telemetry he's got to keep an eye on.
I think it's a great onboard shot too. It must be a lovely drive just sitting behind the wheel.
Looks like he's at Laguna Seca in a world sports car or something like that. It's quite incredible. And look at the speed. The thing really climbs up. Checkered flag is out for Reedy. He will do it, and by a long way. Holland will cross the line in 2nd. Quinn is there in 3rd. In 4th is Clearahan. Back to McKittrick. And Kieran Del Marso going for the big banzai. Can't quite pull it off there. Can he make the run onto the main straight? The checkers well and truly falling. Well done to Mike Reedy. Fresh from the Fujitsu Development Series to the Thunder Sports is Greg Smith. He's raced an entire range of different motorsport disciplines.
Well, I've come from speedway to tar track, and it's a little different holding the car straight on the track, so I'm needing all the experience I can at driving around on the tar circuit. So it's an excellent little RX-7, the ex-Leanne Tanders RX-7, and it's quite similar to a V8 in its taily. It's light going into corners, you got to straighten it up and squeeze that power down. It's a fun little car, so more track time, more race fitness, get to know the tracks because you just don't get enough time. And well, it was a decision to get something that's fairly quick, competitive, not going to cost a lot to run. The RX-7's a great little car to run. They don't chew up brakes and tyres like the V8s do. Every time you go out, you've got to chew up 2 grand's worth of brakes to drive it hard. So, fantastic little car, and there are a lot of them out there which people could get into and enjoy a lot more, especially this Thunder Sports division. It's fantastic.
So time now for a wrap-up of race number 3, some highlights, and let me tell you, there were plenty of them. Clearahan and the Braddon Automart car. Look at Quinn, Stig in there as well, Clearahan and the 71 car working its way onto the main straightaway. Look how busy these guys are now.
Sensational as Robert Free and Quinn really battled hard. Mike Reedy, of course, up the front there. His powers past Quinn, the 57 machine, but back in the field, it's Green and 50 there of McKendrick.
Looks like Green didn't oh man, a huge lock up there. Where's he going? Gets himself out of the way big time then. McKittrick running hard with his 71 car. Oh. Robert Free, whoa. They're not free to do as he wants right there. That car has sustained some major damage. Oh. Look at that. McKittrick, meanwhile, powers on. Our race leader is Reedy over Quinn and Kieran Del Marso. The checkered flag is very much in the direction of this man. There he goes, storming by. So he wraps it up, and by some considerable margin too. What an excellent drive. Let's go to the pits and catch up with our race winner right now.
I was busy early on. I just had to watch what happened at the start there because they were all battling in front of me. Just had to take my time and just pick my way through the traffic.
That's certainly what you did. Certainly coming in towards turn 9, that back straight there, you gobbled them up under brakes.
Yeah. Just let the car do the work. You know, the car's good, so just let the car get the temperature get up in the tyres. Pretty important, and then let the car do the work. And the other drivers were driving their own races out there, doing a pretty good job, and I just let the Radical do its business.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. We started off on Friday a bit sketchy, but the chassis man really got it working in the end of the day, so yeah, we're pretty happy with it.
Now, the end of that race, of course, I asked someone, I said, who came second in that race? And they said, that beautiful teal car. So they must mean you. You've had some good results across the weekend.
Yeah, we have. We've been the first future racer home every race. We qualified the fastest future races, so we got into the 8s. Mate, I can't ask for a better day, really.
That yellow thing's hard to catch, though. It gobbles everyone up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's out of our league. A lot lighter, a lot faster, but it's all in the class. It's all in the fun of it. But it's not real good seeing it in the mirrors coming at you. So
yeah, it was all right. Could have been quicker. I never caught my old mate there in second, but that's life.
Yeah, Quinny got you. You'll get him next time.
That's it.
Tell me, what was it like this weekend? It's fun out here at Wakefield, but it's a bumpy old circuit even in these.
Yeah. Not as I thought. Calder was rough, but when I got here, this is a joke, but you know, towards the end of the weekend it was good, mate. Got used to it.
Now that yellow car, Quinny said was a bit of a nightmare looking into your mirror seeing it come at you, the Radical.
Yeah, she's got that thing. Bit of a joke, no holding her out, just let him go, mate.
That's all we have time for on today's program, but next week we head to Mount Panorama, Bathurst for the GT Championship and Aussie racing cars, and we head to Symmons Plains in Tassie for the Saloon Car Series. Look forward to seeing you then.
Callahan ran a personal best at 640. Turns the wheel in. He's gone! So much one wide.
Speed Week, brought to you by Chevron, Australian Muscle Car Masters, and GT Radials.
Why don't you like me? I just don't.
Your deli choices roll, sir.
Daydreaming's a great way to fill in time while we freshly make the new roast beef and barbecue sauce Deli Choices roll.
Dad, why did they build the Great Wall of China?
It was to keep the rabbits out. There was too many rabbits in China.
Give your kids the right answers with broadband access from just $14.97 a month for the first 12 months. That's half-price access for 12 months for eligible customers. Plus a free standard modem when you stay for 24 months and no connection fee. For details, call 13POND or visit bigpond.com.
RSVP.com.au is Australia's largest online single site. Search through over 500,000 photo profiles, and when you find someone you like, you simply send them an email and say hi. So log on today, rsvp.com.au.
Tomorrow. Pamela, as we've all seen her before. She's a stripper by night.
Sorry, fellas.
Who becomes a superhero later at night.
Look out, crime.
From the co-creator of Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Your headlights are on.
Comes evil's new enemy.
Evildoers, prepare to become evil don't-doers.
Pamela Anderson is Stripperella, 9 o'clock tomorrow on SBS.
Tuesday.
Hi, I'm Jenny Brocky, joining the debate at 7:30 on Insight.
Then, on the cutting edge.
One of the worst violations of human rights.
A battle between President Putin and the richest man in Russia.
I've never seen anything like the political corruption of this process.
Part 2 of Russian Godfathers at 8:30. And following World News Australia.
A woman, a Tamil, and a left-wing political activist.
She's become a symbol for hope in the struggle for human rights.
One sister story.
Dear Nirmala, the history of our people has changed persons like me.
At 10, No More Tears, Sister. Tuesday on SBS.
This week, and all is looking rosy in the Nerds Garden.
The next match is against a football team of prisoners.
Just when they thought it was safe to come out of the changing rooms.
At the moment, your life expectancy is about half an hour.
I'm going to be in a hostile environment, surrounded by guys who probably want to kick my...
They face the most painful challenge yet. Nerds FC. They can read, but can they play? Friday, 7:30. The anticipation, the excitement, the intensity. For one short month every 4 years, it unites the world. Everyone has a team to support, and one person's hero is another's villain. It's not a matter of life and death. It's far more important than that. The stunning new series that reveals why the World Cup is more than a game. 7:30 Saturdays on SBS.
Discover Ariel Dombal and her debut album, Amor Amor. A sultry collection of classic melodies from the 30s and 50s, including Rum and Coca-Cola and As Time Goes By, the perfect soundtrack for late-night listening. Ariel Dombal, Amor Amor. Available from Dimmicks music retailers online or by phone order.
A cup of tea, madam? Thank you.
Now, Mrs. Jamieson, let's take a look at how your new do turned out.
Ah! My beautiful hair! What have you done?
Nice work.
NRMA business insurance specialists undergo ongoing training through our accreditation program, so they understand the risks all kinds of businesses face.
Okay, who wants to volunteer for customer injury?
For help getting the right cover for your business, call now on 132 818.
How lucky can you get, eh? Beautiful wife, perfect place for a honeymoon. This calls for a drink. Here's to us.
There are some things you just wouldn't miss, like Territory SR rear-wheel drive from only $39,490 with over $3,800 worth of special extras. There's cruise control, 17-inch alloys and running boards, plus a leather sports steering wheel and sports shifter, but only for a limited time at participating Ford dealers.
Join us for comprehensive coverage of the day's major stories with World News Australia at 6:30. Then on Lost Worlds, a look at the dark era of witch accusations and burnings. That's Witches, Myth, Mystery and Truth at 7:30.
On today's program, we dedicate part of our show to the fantastic footballers of the female persuasion.
We crash the surf with Sydney Olympics Shane Lyons. Plus, get thoughts on the round ball game from his father Cliff.
All that, and of course, your goals of the week. But right now, it's time to check out our first star of tomorrow, Tolgay Osbay.
Tolgay's very quick, very, very good young player with a big future. So we expect big things from him. He's done very well for us up to date, and he's made the Olyroos squad. So we hope that he can continue his good form.
There has probably been no other footballer in Australia who has made such an impact on the game in the past 3 months. In February, 19-year-old Blacktown City striker Tolgay Osbay signed a short-term contract with Sydney FC after scoring 7 goals in just 4 games in the Johnny Warren Cup.
It's a great experience. Most professional club in the country, biggest name in the country, playing with Dwight York, David Carney, Socceroo players, you know, it was just an excellent experience for me.
While Tolgay might have made just 1 appearance, there is no substitute for the experience gained in such a deal. An A-League Championship medal is testament to that.
Frank Carrick's done a bit for me when I was young, and Peter Skopoulos, some people I'd really like to thank. There's a few right now as well, but when I was younger, they're the main people that have developed me.
Now Tolgay's in the reckoning for the 2008 Olympic Games squad, having been picked for a 4-nation tournament in Vietnam.
I've never been in the Institute or the AIS, but I've been at the higher clubs in the country, and looks like that's got me through.
Tolgay first made a name for himself with Sydney Olympic, playing 5 years of youth league football before making his senior debut with Sydney United in the Old National League at the tender age of 17. Stints with Sydney Crescent Star and Fairfield Bulls followed, before he joined Blacktown this season, where his star has really shone.
The boy deserves all the accolades he's getting at the moment. I certainly hope he makes the cut for the Australian under-23s. He deserves it at this stage, and he's firing on all cylinders for us.
I want to play for my country. Short-term goals, I want to be in the Olyroos, and hopefully go to Europe one day.
You sense Tolgay Osbay has the football world at his feet, literally.
Welcome to the Curva Kids Club.
This week we're going to go through a new ball master exercise called the V pull push drag back. This is made up of 2 different exercises we've been learning in the previous weeks. We're also going to go through a new move today called the drag push. Players, let's see how it's done. Okay, put the ball on the top of your left foot. Top of your left foot. Draw a big V in the ground. Away you go, big V in the ground. Draw a big V in the ground. Okay, fantastic. Put your right foot on the ball. Pull it back to you, push it out to the top of the V. Use your same foot, drag it back. Pull it, push it out, same foot, drag it back. Excellent. Now, can you start to add a hop? A little bit quicker. Well done, fantastic. Good little touch. Well done, fantastic, excellent. And stop there. The next exercise is to make sure we do it, but the foot that's got on the ball doesn't hit the ground. Let's have a look. V pull push and a drag back, but my foot doesn't hit the ground. Way you go, so there you go. And stop. Move of the week is the drag push, made famous by Sir Stanley Matthews from England. Let's see how it's done. Okay, players, I play the ball out, I drag with the inside of my foot and push to the outside of my foot and accelerate and beat the player. All right, fantastic. Fast feet, ready to go, and play. Good, dragging across and going. Well done, well done. Accelerate off with speed, good. And play. Drag across, accelerate off, good. Play. Excellent, excellent. Drag across, dip your shoulder. Now let's see the drag push in a full pressure game. Let's see how it's done. Can you beat him? Keep the ball, keep the ball, keep it, keep it, keep it. Good goal. Goal. Can you score, can you score, can you score? Good goal, well done. Jog it in, guys, fantastic. Come on in, come on in. Enjoy the session today?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Boys and girls at home, don't forget to practice the V pull push drag back and also the drag push. Don't forget to log on to our webpage, curveaustralia.com, for more exciting moves. Until then, the Curver motto is...
Dream, believe, achieve.
Fantastic. See you next week.
Later, we profile another star of tomorrow whose future is so bright he has to wear Italian shades.
Ex-Socceroo Luke Casserly gives an interview for the fans by a fan.
And Phil Moss gives us tips on how to block tackle.
But right now, it's time to get an update on women's football, where it's been and where it's heading in this week's Kickin' Week.
I'm the Female Participation Officer for Soccer New South Wales. I look after the programs, I look after the clubs, associations, basically go through grassroots through all the way through to elite. In regards to women's football, and especially in the last 4 or 5 years, it's just exploded. We've got that many girls wanting to play. I'm amazed at A, the numbers, and B, the ability that's coming through. That's where our elite players come from the grassroots. The little girls that are playing that are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, who all want to start playing soccer, will all go and play in the grassroots football, so they'll all go and play with their best friends or their little brother in the boys' competitions. They build from that and they make reps teams in Sydney, so they're playing representative football with the Women's Super League, and then they'll go on and play hopefully for state, for New South Wales, and further their career either overseas or back here in Australia playing for the Matildas or Young Matildas. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 we get girls being coached by mum and dad, and this is at a grassroots, and it's not just a problem for girls, it's a problem for all groups. With the higher levels, like your first grade and under 21s, it's a senior level, so in regards to that, the level of coaching is getting a lot better to where it was, say, 5, 10 years ago when I first started coaching. But in the female side of thing as well, we're trying to get more females coaching. They're slowly coming on board. The more we open up career pathways, the more females will get on board as well. Yeah, unfortunately, with the officials of the side, there's not many out there, and unfortunately they do get picked on. No one really likes a referee while they're playing, and that's majority of the problem, keeping the female side of the girls who are reffing. What's happening out there on the bigger scale filters down all the way down to the grassroots. And if you have a look at what's going on over the last, say, 6 months, we're getting more media coverage, more sponsors are willing to come on board, therefore we're getting more funding and we're able to promote our game a little bit better. At a grassroots level now we've got kids who can actually look at our elite players and look at them as role models, a little bit more exposure, and that's all the game really needs from the female point of view and also from the game point of view as well.
Question: how many FIFA Futsal World Cups have the Australian men's side, the Futsal Roos, qualified for? Is it A, all of them, B, none of them, C, 3, or D, 1? Answer right after this look at more girls in the game.
Women's soccer or girls' soccer is just growing out of proportion. It's just taken off. I think it's going to rival netball soon. Okay, so when your wingers have got the ball, we want Anissa and Georgia looking to go wide for that ball kick down the sideline. The girls just love it, you know. Come off the field, big smiles on their faces. Doesn't matter if they win or lose, they're just out here for a bit of fun.
Well, the women have a different way of playing it, which is very good for the game of soccer because it can be a very defensive game, especially as you move up. And women have a natural instinct to play good football, I think.
You know, when you see it at training, they all turn up, they all want to do everything. Girls, it's just, the girls out here, if you look at them, they've only been playing a few weeks, most of them.
I saw my brother playing and it looked like fun, so I wanted to join too. I enjoy the most about it because it's all about teamwork and we all work together. I play because you get to work together with all your friends and you have a lot of fun in the process. I play soccer because it's a fun way to keep fit and have fun with your friends. It's just teamwork.
Okay, so the main aim is just have fun.
You know, it's funny with girls, they don't want to do anything unless their friends get involved, you know, and all of a sudden, one girl says, I'm going to play soccer, and then another one, and before you know it, there's just a whole heap of them. And I don't know, I think all of a sudden well, the competition's there now. I mean, before the girls had to play with the boys, and maybe a lot of them shied off. Now in the St George area, they've got 12s, 14s, 16s comp. Because it's all girls, maybe they enjoy that better.
Most of my good friends played at school and they said it was really fun and I often went to the park and played with them sometimes. So I decided to join a team this year.
I like to be out here with my friends, Courtney and Mark and you. And do you reckon soccer has a lot of fashion in it?
I think that... No, it needs to get some... See, we need pink boots, okay? I made my own style. There's my own style right there. See, that's my own style.
They're so easy to coach. You know, they just want to come down and have a good time. And they're always down here with a smile on their face. They love to play.
The Futsal Roos have qualified for all of the Futsal World Cups since FIFA took over in 1989. Their highest result has been 11th.
It would be unfair to place the burden of expectation on someone so young. But 12-year-old Marconi Stallions playmaker Alessandro Pecora has natural ability far beyond his age. He is a future Socceroo in the making.
One player that I like to keep an eye on and hopefully watch play for Australia.
Yeah, I think Alessandro, for especially at his age, is right up there with the very best of them. His touch on the ball, his first touch is brilliant. His confidence on the ball is tremendous. He enjoys the game, he loves the game, he plays with a smile, and yeah, he's right up there with the very best that have been here.
I wish I had his talent. I think he's not the talent that everyone, I didn't have that type of ability. I think Alessandro's a different pedigree to me. He actually has a great skill set far beyond his years. I think the dedication and motivation he has is at the highest level.
Rennie Licata, a former Marconi Stallions hero, is Alessandro's uncle and knows only too well the pressure that comes at the top level of the game. His nephew's young career has already been littered with success.
Winning the reps to in the under 11s and winning the 7s, 8s and 9s and 10s championships.
You've won a lot. What are you excited about going to Italy again?
Yeah, excited.
What do you want to do?
I want to work hard and hopefully I can make it.
Alessandro's technical abilities are as good as any junior player to come through the system in New South Wales. Comparisons have already resulted in Alessandro attracting the interest of some big European clubs, including Inter Milan and Fiorentina. He has already made 2 trips to Italy, and his family is prepared to make any sacrifices to pursue his dream.
You can smell it in the air. It's just amazing, and for him to have an opportunity and experience that, you can't pay for that.
I'd support him all the way. We can only support and guide him, and if he needs us there, we'll go there to the point that, you know, he needs us there, and he has to do the rest. We'll support him as parents, and if we have to pick up and go, yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a contract from the first day they see him play. I mean, not only his technique, just his overall play, his thinking, reading of the game, it was just first class.
There's no doubt 12-year-old Alessandro Pecora has a big future in the game, one he hopes will take him all the way to the top. And more importantly, wearing the green and gold.
Oh no, I think you should, wherever you were born, you just play with the country you want to play with. Hopefully we can win a World Cup.
Still to come, we corner former league great Cliff Lyons to get his thoughts on his son playing the World Game.
We let temperatures run high with this week's futsal fever.
And we scope out some killer goals as sent in by you.
But right now, we catch up with ex-Socceroo Luke Casserly, who goes one-on-one with a special fan in this week's Sidelines.
Hello, it's Alexis here, and today I'm catching up with ex-Socceroo and Marconi Stallion star Luke Casserly. Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Okay, so when did you start playing soccer?
I started playing soccer when I was 8. I started for a small club where I grew up out in the Blue Mountains called the Colo Cougars.
And when did you first think about becoming a professional?
I was quite lucky as a young player. I was in a lot of the representative teams, and probably the main moment I remember, I went away for my Christmas present. I was about 15, and I went to a soccer camp up in Armidale, a week-long camp. We had a coach there. His name was Roger Hoy, who used to play for Tottenham Hotspurs in England, and he sort of thought I was good enough to make a career out of soccer, and he told me. And when I heard that from a person like that, that gave me the desire to really want to chase football as a career.
So what advice can you give to young players?
To young players, I always think that you should enjoy it, and as you get older, enjoying soccer also means a lot of hard work, and my main piece of advice is to play every game as if it's your last. Give it everything you've got.
So how did it feel to play for Australia?
Obviously it was really special. I was lucky that I played in all the junior national teams coming through and got to go to the Olympic Games, but then the main thing for a soccer player is to play for the senior Socceroos, which I got my first chance in '97, and it was, every game that I played for Australia was something I cherish.
And how do you think Marconi will go this year?
I'm always confident. You know, we're very fortunate to play for a club like Marconi. I think we've got a new coach in Brian Brown, and we've got a lot of new players together, and I certainly expect that we'll be up there challenging for the title throughout the year.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you know the first recorded football match in Australia was played on Parramatta Common in Sydney, August 14, 1880. In 1882, the New South Wales English Football Association was established.
Cliff Lyons is a Manly Rugby League legend. He was one of the longest-serving players in the game. He first made a name for himself with Cronulla before joining North Sydney and the Sea Eagles, as well as playing for Australia. But Cliff has a close affinity with the World Game. His son Shane is a talented footballer who has represented the likes of Canberra Cosmos, Wollongong and more recently Sydney Olympic.
I said to him, you know, you do what you want and we'll support you 100%. And he sort of went where his mates went, and that's basically how he started playing soccer. So, you know, he's doing great and I'm supporting him.
My old man, he's always happy for me to do whatever I'm enjoying at the time, and you know, I've liked soccer and I've played soccer my whole life, so I mean, he's just supported me the whole way through that. And
Despite his rugby league background, Cliff has grown to respect his son's chosen sport.
Oh, definitely, yeah, it's great. Especially with the World Cup coming up and Australia in there for the first time in many, many moons. That's sort of put it into the limelight a bit more.
Sydney Olympic has a great asset. Shane works very well on the left side of the defence and has a real passion for the game.
You know, there's just the things you can do with the ball and taking a player on. I really love taking a player on and getting around my player and getting the best of my player as well. Like, there's nothing like, you know, you got a good match up for the weekend and then you come out on top and people see that as well.
I want you to lie down. Give me 20. 1, 2.
It's clear where Shane gets his dedication from. He was an Australian schoolboy international in 1997 and he has already tasted National League football.
I'm very keen to make the A-League this year, so hopefully if I keep pushing the way, hopefully if I keep playing the way I'm playing, I'll get the opportunity.
Yeah, he was in the old NSL and I think he's still good enough to make the A-League. He should have been there last year, but he's got to wait for an opportunity and when it comes along, take it.
For the time being, you can be assured the Lions clan will follow Shane's exploits with Sydney Olympic. Although Cliff might miss the odd match, depending on which English Premier League game is on TV.
Yeah, I do watch the English League, Manchester United and all those, and keep an eye on the Australians, the Dukas and all them over there.
I mean, you've toured over there with the Australian Rugby League side, so you would have seen a bit of football over there as well.
Yeah, we used to stay in Leeds and used to watch a bit of Leeds United over there, so go to a few of their games. It's an awesome side that is, mate. Rugby fans, I'd say soccer fans are #1 in the world, the way they support their team and go against each other. It's phenomenal.
Welcome back to Cromer Park. My name's Phil Moss, head coach of Manly United Football Club. Today's segment is all about the technique of the block tackle, which in other words is a 50-50 in a game situation. We're going to go through the correct technique of being able to protect your knee so as best you can avoid injury. But it's an important technique to teach young players so they're confident going into a tackle. Let's have a look. Okay guys, when the ball's on the ground, the correct technique is to get our non-kicking foot as close to the ball as we can in a tackling situation. Body weight over the ball, knees bent, and we go in with the side of our foot, okay? Not studs up, so we don't put our studs up, it's the side of our foot. Body weight's protecting the knee of the foot that is going in for the tackle, okay? Let's have Jess, you come out here and we'll just demonstrate. Okay, Jess, you line yourself up, non-kicking foot next to the ball, foot on the ball. Yep, foot on the ball now. Good, so it's just like that. Take a step back, we're going to count to 3 now, and then we're going to go in for the block tackle. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. And again, 1, 2, 3. Good, so you can see our body weight's right, our knees are bent, non-kicking foot close to the ball, and we're protecting the knee on the leg that's making the tackle. Very important aspect of the tackle is to make sure our body weight is in the correct position so we're not putting our knee at any risk. Now we're going to go off into our pairs and we're going to practice the art of the block tackle. Let's go guys, in your pairs. Just put the ball in between, count to 3. On 3 we're going in for the block tackle. Okay, and hold it there guys, well done. As you can see, it's a very important part of the game to teach young players. They need to be confident going into the tackle, and guess what? Young footballers will enjoy their football much more if they're playing rather than sitting on the sidelines injured. That's our segment for today. We'll see you next time.
Time for more futsal action. And today we bring you the last final from the Premier Futsal League competition in New South Wales. It's the men's game between the Sydney City Eagles and the Inner West All-Stars.
Hi, I'm Jason Krause from the Sydney City Eagles, and we're all fired up to play against the All-Stars tonight. I think it'll be a cracker, it'll be a very technical game, and we're all fired up, ready for it.
Hi, my name's Lachlan Wright. I play for the Inner West All-Stars. We've got our grand final tonight against Sydney City Eagles, and I'm sure we're going to come out with a win.
This was another tight affair. Here's all the action. The Sydney City Eagles prevailed 2-1, giving the club 3 Premier Futsal League titles in the 7 different age categories.
They had the roll on coming into this game, and we had a few players missing, but not taking anything away from these guys, the opponents, the All-Stars. They did very, very well. They got two futsal roos in the side, and they're quality players. So I think we just dug deep tonight and followed a few simple game plans, and I think that got us through there.
Disappointing, you know, we came out, played fairly well, you know, moved the ball around, but it seemed the harder we tried, the less chance we had of scoring. We hit a lot of posts, we had a lot of far post plays, but we just couldn't put the ball away.
We'll have more from the world of futsal next week.
Time to check out our goals of the week. Last week's winner was Alessandra Pecora from the Marconi Stallions, who we featured today on Football Stars of Tomorrow. Congratulations, Alessandro. You win yourself this great prize pack valued at over $200. Now to check out this week's finalists. First up, we have Ante Zovko from Sydney United. How about this for a volley? Next is Nathan Azar from the St Patrick's Club in Blacktown. A wonderful run and a great finish indeed. And finally, what about this effort by Joshua Bartolotto from the Putney Rangers under-6s? Be sure to tune in next week when we announce which of these is our winner. And in the meantime, if you want to see your videotaped goal of the week on Football Stars of Tomorrow, log on to soccernewsouthwales.com.au for an entry form and further details.
Next week, we travel to the Gold Coast to play on a football field with a difference.
We'll profile our youngest prodigy yet, 6-year-old Dylan Collard.
And we take a look at the fast-paced world of futsal from the referee's point of view.
All that and more next week on Football Stars of Tomorrow.
There are some things you just wouldn't miss. Like Tradesman Ute with over $3,300 worth of special extras for only $500. There's 16-inch alloys, cruise control, aluminium tray and Tradesman decal. Plus save an extra special $59.80 on Courier GL 4x2 diesel. Now only $14,990 excluding trade. But hurry into your Ford dealer, these special deals can't last.
Be part of the team. You could win a trip to join the Qantas Socceroos on their way to Germany. Visit qantas.com/football for more details.
Tomorrow,
Where you heading? Blackpool.
there's more than meets the eye in this seaside resort.
There's something rotten in this town and you are part of it.
We're the Suttons. We've been expecting you.
Looking for someone. It will raise a few eyebrows because behind closed doors are dark secrets.
She was electrocuted while singing Di-Da-Da-Da by Trio.
Don't meddle in our marriage, don't mess with the kids.
I am your mother.
It's a twisted roller coaster ride. Funland, 10 o'clock tomorrow on SBS.
Fridays, they've got a passion for food.
I'm starving.
And a hunger for adventure.
Isn't it just great when all your alchemy comes together?
Kicking up dust and cooking up a storm.
Oh, look at that.
The Hairy Bikers Cookbook, 8 o'clock Fridays. Ultimate smooth jazz.
It must have been moonlight.
For after work and for after hours.
Way up in the blue. If you were a song.
A collection of timeless classics and today's biggest names in jazz. The perfect way to relax into the night. This is jazz for your soul.
And I'm feeling good.
Ultimate smooth jazz. Available from Dimmicks music retailers online or by phone order.
RSVP.com.au is Australia's largest online dating site.
I've met some great guys and I get to choose.
RSVP works for me.
So what if I ain't fussy?
We met through RSVP.
Yeah, the website's fantastic.
RSVP worked for us.
It's a really nice way to meet people. I'm so glad I joined RSVP.
Try it.
It's the best.
Over 500,000 people can't be wrong. Try it yourself. Log on to rsvp.com.au.
Join us for comprehensive coverage of the day's major stories with World News Australia at 6:30. Then on Lost Worlds, a look at the dark era of witch accusations and burnings. That's Witches, Myth, Mystery and Truth at 7:30.
How lucky can you get, eh? Beautiful wife, perfect place for a honeymoon. This calls for a drink. Here's to us.
There are some things you just wouldn't miss, like Territory SR rear-wheel drive from only $39,490 with over $3,800 worth of special extras. There's cruise control, 17-inch alloys and running boards, plus a leather sports steering wheel and sports shifter, but only for a limited time at participating Ford dealers.
This program brought to you by your local Ford dealer.
Coming up today on the World Game, battling against the clock. Will some of Australia's biggest stars be fit for Germany? Tickets booked for